A heart without a soul cannot beat. A heart that cannot beat turns to ice. The ice hides what once was, until the soul comes calling again to awaken what lies beneath the frost.
So, following the events with the mayor, we decided to investigate. Well, not the events with the mayor. The events with the mayor's brother, the political rally. We decided to investigate. So, we checked out the brother's house, looked around a little bit. We broke into his house without actually breaking anything. My stone powers actually became very useful for this part, because I was able to sneak us on in there. Bastion almost got spiked to death. And we found out the mayor's brother might not exist technically. We found his mask on a mannequin, which is just as horrifying as it sounds. So this either implies that somebody has stolen the mayor's face and is impersonating him, or the mayor's brother, or this man never existed in the first place. And I don't know which is scarier. And then some stuff happened. I forget what exactly. We tried to go to warn the mayor about things. The guards came. They're like, "What's going on?" We're like, "Hey, it's chill." They're like, "Okay, cool." We went to warn the mayor. Bureaucracied. We found our way to the red tape. Had to deal with that, and are still waiting on, the ability to deal with that. And then we got a good message from our Nanton friend saying that I believe the chieftain is coming.
Yes, the chieftain of the Arane tribe, which are basically the leader tribe. Like they are the tribe in charge of all the other tribes of Nantan.
Northern Water Tribe vibes.
Kinda, yeah. Yeah, and where y'all last left off, you were outside of Don Collar's office, and Bastion was setting boundaries with Wyatt.
Yeah, by punching me in the fucking face.
Okay, I don't think I punched you.
I'm pretty sure
I think
she
I
just
pushed
yeah.
you away.
I think she just pushed you gently.
It was a light shove, but for a man of his size,
That's might as well you just stomp on my face.
the force of 1,000 suns.
And of course, Thub, as far as you're all aware, is still asleep in bed.
Actually, coma. He's brain damaged at this point.
Yeah.
So it is 6:17 p.m. What would you all like to do?
Well, what's on our docket?
Well, Well, there's the Hermanthony, which I think we can all agree is probably a bit more intense than we're prepared for.
Yeah, until we get Mr. Dragon Man back in action,
Yeah, I don't
think.
fancy our odds against the baby flesh creature currently.
No.
I will also note, as a reminder, that the guards did tell you not to leave town. That is another thing to note.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're also here. Other than the faceless man and the fact that we're waiting for the chief, I don't. Anyone got any thoughts?
No. From Anthony was the only other thing, other than the faceless man. But
Well, hypothetically, could 4 of us take Hermanthony, you think? Us 4?
Well, we also can't get out of town to track it down.
Oh, that's
But
right.
we might set up an ambush at the greenhouses. That's not technically out of town, is it? Is it considered out of town?
I would say
I
that's
I
feel
still
don't
in
know if
town.
that's a boundary we want to dance around.
Yeah.
Oh, we could be like, well, we're going to go work on Anthony at the greenhouses. If
Yeah,
he
I
needs.
feel like when we're warned not to leave town, we probably shouldn't pull up the map.
Yeah, maybe
And,
town
start
proper.
debating over lines.
Town proper
It's-
is maybe where we want to try and be.
It starts at the post. Your land starts at the post. All right, so yeah, we probably shouldn't start debating over land law. I mean, do we just hang around town, wait for stuff to happen?
I mean, I could try busking for some money. I mean, Thicket would have to stand a distance, but I don't know. Is there anything else that anyone wants to do?
We have no other leads to investigate.
Is there a quest board? Help
Preferably
wanted?
in town, in town jobs, perhaps.
I mean, you could always try going to the tavern.
Let's check out the
Let's
tavern.
go to the tavern.
Let's not gamble this time.
Or
All right.
the inn, sorry, not the tavern. Yeah, you
Well,
head,
actually,
you
strike
head on
that.
over.
Oh,
Yes?
I've learned
No.
me lesson.
No? Yes? No? You had a thought, Emma?
did we want to? We thought that the people were hired at the homeless shelter. Yeah.
Mm.
That is something.
Oh,
you
Did
thought
we
of.
want to go
right.
talk to the homeless shelter?
Let's go speak with the homeless.
Okay. You head on over to the less fortunate's house, which happens to be just one door down from the inn that you've been staying at. And as it's getting a little late, the workday's over. People are coming by, starting to get their spots on the floor for the evening. And there appear to be a couple of much more well dressed and clean looking folk who you'd imagine are staff members who are sort of ushering people in, helping them get set up, bringing people food.
Anyone look hurt?
Let's
Or perhaps in need of medical attention from frostbite?
see. Which die would you want me to use? 1 through 14.
We have used 2 and 7. Actually, we've used 2 twice, but
Let's do number 5.
5. Okay. Interesting choice. All right. Number 5.
Fuck you. I just used a dice to choose a dice.
Honestly,
alright?
that's what I would do too. So, okay.
But which dice did we choose in the first place?
So, yeah, I mean, people here definitely aren't in the best condition. You don't, as far as you can tell, there aren't any people who are directly hurt. There definitely appear to be some people who are a little sick. Actually, a few of the staff members do appear to be clerics. You actually would recognize 1 or 2 of them as workers you met at the hospital.
Okay.
And for the most part, it doesn't look like there's any severe injuries, at least, because from what you gathered from working at the hospital, healthcare is free.
Okay.
Does it look like there is a worker who is not like actively overwhelmed by work?
Um, they don't necessarily look overwhelmed right now. They kind of just they're busy. They're all kind of busy, but they're keeping themselves busy. Because for the most part, it seems like these are all people who have been here before enough times that they know the deal. They know where to. They have their little spots already that they want to go to. So for the most part, the staff is just going around saying hello and giving people bowls of soup.
I'm gonna try and get the attention of the nearest staff member.
Okay. You get the attention of the nearest staff member, which is a hobgoblin woman wearing what looks to be clerical garb. Yes, what can
Hello.
I do for you?
This might be a strange question, but has anyone come in the recent weeks offering work to the residents here?
I mean, the Greenhouse Guild typically comes in somewhat regularly to see about getting people in.
Anyone uncommon, new?
Uncommon and new. I mean, the headmaster at the school came by a couple days back, wanted some help with a construction project. Trying to think. For the most part, that's really it. Most people here just sort of go around doing odd jobs or begging if they can't work at the greenhouse. They typically have to go to the work and not the other way around.
Have there been any residents who've disappeared?
Well, people kind of disappear somewhat regularly from places like this. Unfortunately, especially in an environment like ours, and with the vices that a lot of them have, they have a tendency to wander off and not come back. So there's definitely been a few, but
anything about the men who were connected to the attack at the bank?
well, the guards said that they were residents here. Well, residence is a loose term. The guards said that they'd been staying here, seemingly, most likely at least. But there wasn't enough for me to identify them as people that I knew. The bodies were pretty badly damaged.
No one that you suspect might have been involved?
Not specifically. Most of the dwarves here kind of keep to themselves. Most of them kind of find it shameful to be in these kinds of straits, so they don't want to be known. And the goblins, I don't know. Some of them are social, some of them are not. And I haven't really noticed any of them disappearing. The guards said that from what reports they were given, they might have had a military background, and that doesn't really narrow it down much. A lot of the goblins especially have military backgrounds.
I'm gonna look over at my companions. Are you just gonna laugh awkwardly, or?
No, that's me IRL making that connection. Sorry, I should make that clear. An out of character chuckle to us about to unravel this fucking thing.
Are we about to unravel it? Because I don't know.
Or
Yeah,
in process of unraveling.
military connection. Do we know any goblins around town? Or anybody in the military?
I mean,
Well,
there,
there would have
veterans?
been.
there isn't really a military in
I mean,
Salter.
technically, I'm a veteran. I don't really want
Yeah.
to be a veteran of, but I technically am of the other side. But
Right, but you wouldn't be one of the veterans we're looking for. Like you
parts of
wouldn't
me
have any
might be.
you wouldn't know of any leads or any goblins connected to the military, would you?
No, but I don't know where they're sourcing their stuff. It could be either side, to be honest.
Thicket,
Where do-
make a society check.
Oh boy, I'm not good at those.
I know.
That's why you asked him.
Oh, I'm a wee bit dumb.
Rolls a natural 20. Oh no!
Oh. So with a 3,
Oh, I know what a military is. That's one of those games me dad and I used to play. We'd have a pen and paper and a couple of die at the table. I didn't know you liked those, Bastion.
We'd paint up these very pricey little figurines with these fancy little paints.
I
Oh
ate
my
one
gosh.
once.
Something about blood for the blood god and skulls for the skull stone. So Warhammer references aside, continue please. That was directed at the whole group, not just at Colby.
Well, let's see. So here's a question. When and where do shipments come into town? Specifically, if any have weapons or, I suppose, magical fire of any kind.
Are you asking the hobgoblin?
Sure, why not?
Okay. I don't really know too much about that. Typically, things come in somewhat sporadically throughout the week. We never really get shipments of weapons or anything that I'm aware of. If we do, then they're probably either for the guards or for some unsavory agents of some kind.
I think we can safely say these are probably not coming in through traditional channels. Or if they are, they're being smuggled in something else.
The hobgoblin shrugs. Unfortunately, I don't really know much about unsavory elements. One of the tenets of the shelter here that gets people to actually stay with us and trust us is that we don't ask questions. And we just ask that none of that comes in here. So, unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to help with anything illicit like that.
Well, are there any sort of underground hives of scum and villainy around here?
Like I just said, I sort of intentionally keep myself clear of all of that.
Aye, then let me ask you, so to speak, which parts of town do you steer clear from?
I don't really intentionally steer clear from any. I mostly just go where I'm needed. I'm a priestess of Sarsheen. I go where people need me.
I look at Wyatt.
Awkward silence.
Really?
I imagine.
Nothing?
I imagine. I imagine this person's really like well kept, and there's Wyatt who looks like absolute fucking shit.
Yeah, she is very definitely very well kept in clerical
Mhm.
garb. You know, like
Yeah.
her hair has been washed recently.
Can I say, you smell much more pleasant than my friend over here.
Fuck you.
He's also a
Thanks.
cleric of Sersheen. It's not a.
I gathered by the symbol.
Yeah.
Right. I just didn't want you to think that he goes around smelling people.
Well, you know, he is blind, so I can understand why he might.
That's
Gotta make
fair.
do with what I can.
Exactly.
Well, we appreciate your help. I suppose we'll see you around.
Of course. And, what was your name again, blind fellow?
That's Thicket.
Thicket.
Of course you'll.
Well, if you ever need to stay here again, you are always welcome.
Oh, I'm much obliged.
Because Thicket has, in fact, stayed here before. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, we dropped him here because we didn't want to deal with him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's
Along with
right.
Thub.
When I was a Thicketicle.
No, when you were
No,
drunk.
when y'all got drunk.
Oh, when I was drunk. That's right.
When you were a Thicketsicle, we actually took your body somewhere and kept it safe.
When it was something
Oh,
that seemingly wasn't your fault.
Yeah.
I appreciate
not-
that.
Like, we're dicks, but we're not that much of a dick.
Oh, thank you very much.
So, where to now? At just before 7 o'clock.
Shoot.
I
We just
know
wait.
that I asked this last week, and I'm sure that the answer was make a society check, and I didn't know.
If you're going to
Is
ask
there
about
a
a Thieves
Thieves
Guild,
Guild?
no,
Yes.
you don't know about one.
I know.
Not every town is a fucking thieves guild, alright?
You lot are gamblers, can't you help? Where do you find the shady people?
In bars.
Oh. How about we
And here.
go strike up some conversation at the tavern?
Alright, but no getting drunk, eh?
Aye. I've got me
No
eye on the mission.
promises.
That is not super promising.
Yeah.
Can I get another one of your senses on the mission?
Oh, 5 fingers.
You got 10 of them, mate.
Oh, so I do.
Alright,
God.
tavern, let's go.
Yeah, let's do this.
You head on over to the Ugly Wolf.
I beg
And
your
it's that's the name of the inn you've been staying at.
pardon. I know.
You know, it's definitely the time of night where people are drinking, people are finishing up their evenings. You know, it's not a typical work day. It's the equivalent of Sunday. It's dawnless right now. So, the people who have been out working are the weekend shifters, basically. So they're here, they're doing their partying, they're gambling, having a good time overall, as far as you can tell.
So, how do we want to approach this?
Well, option 1, someone pretends, keyword there being pretends, to be super drunk and try and get information off of someone. Plan B.
Pretend to be drunk. Okay.
Yes, this is a very important part of the plan, actually,
Oh.
because I need you to remember after.
All right. I'm assuming I'm going to be the drunk one, so I've got another question for you.
Okay.
Are we trying to get these guys to reveal their information? Do we gain their trust? Or do we have some deception in mind?
Well,
As
I
in,
don't
if
think
I
that we
say
know.
I've... Sorry, go on.
I don't think that we know which guys know anything, actually.
So, here's my plan. I have just come into a very healthy sum of money.
Mhm.
And I am just a frail, weak little boy who could very easily be robbed.
Mate, aren't you like 7 feet tall?
Aye, but
He
look at
is.
me. I'm skin and bones. You
You
could
have
push me
glass
over.
fire in
and
your
I'd-
chest. Can we at least give you a shirt before this plan?
It'd be a bit warm, but okay. Anyways, so I get robbed, and then we follow the robber to wherever they go.
What's to guarantee they're not going to go home?
I suppose there isn't one. Do you see anybody who would like be particularly rowdy or dirty? Someone who looks like really underground.
Well, Cameron, how well are we stereotyping the people in this tavern?
Well, it's a little tough for you to tell because, you know, for the most part, like I said, people who are here and partying have just finished out a workday, and a lot of them work at the greenhouses, so they're kind of sweaty, grimy, dirty. There's a small table in one of the corners where you can see a group of cloud veils, all with their veils over their faces, which is a little unusual for indoors. Other than that, it's everyone just sort of looks like a person to you.
Alright, well,
How about some of us just go in and sit and see what we can hear?
I mean, plan B is just straight up asking. That is always an option. We can't just walk up to someone and say, hello. Do you know anywhere that is, seedy? I don't know how well it's gonna go, but it is an
Probably
option.
not overly great.
To be fair, I don't think any of our plans are gonna go super hot right now.
No, they're not.
No. Ugh.
Flying by the
Well,
seat
you
of our
chaps
pants,
are
we are.
welcome to. You chaps are welcome to chime in with an idea.
I
think I'm gonna
did.
Grab a drink and go sit down and listen for a little while and see if that leads anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I think we need to get a feel of this place first if we're doing anything crazy.
All right, fine. I'll sit here and stew with. I'm gonna. Where are we? Are we at the bar?
We're at the inn.
You're at the inn currently.
Like
You
the
can-
bar of the like where
you
in
can,
the inn are we?
You can be at the inn if you want. I was assuming you were all at the front door, basically,
Okay.
for this conversation.
In that case, where was I? All right, I'll just be here stewing with me plan, and I'll be not getting drunk with a pint of ale in me hands.
It would make my life so much easier if I just let myself drink more.
Yeah, weird question. Do I know? I feel like I might have asked this question before, and I apologize. I might have forgotten. But like, I see you have different types and species stitched to you. You know what's your liver made out of?
I haven't the least fucking idea.
All right.
And if
I'm
you
just
want to cut
curious.
me open and find out, you'll have to take me in a fight first.
Okay, well, I feel like there's options not cutting you open for that, but I'll keep that in
Really?
mind.
What options do you have? Because short of
Hmm.
opening my torso, I don't know a good way to tell what kind of liver I got going on.
Our ways, as I say, I'm I'm literally looking through the spell list right now out of character. And I'm just like finding some really, really weird spells because Pathfinder is fucking weird.
D&D is weird too. All the weird spells are just useless.
Yeah,
so nobody
but
uses them.
these are somewhat useful, and I'm a little scared. What the fuck is this? All right, yeah, there are ways. Maybe down the line we can try it out, but yeah, I'm just curious, Bastion.
Of the concerns I have about my organs,
Yeah, well, I
What
mean, hey, if it's different,
ancestry my liver has
We're always
doesn't
looking
even
out for you.
scratch the top 1,000.
look, I'm just gonna say it real quick, and please take no offense to this, even though it might sound weird, but it's a miracle you're standing here right now without massive organ rejection.
You're welcome to go find 8 points and ask them about their medical care. I couldn't fucking care less.
Yeah.
So Morgrim, you said you were going to the bar?
Yeah, she got a drink and found a seat kind of centrally located, but kind of close to the cloud veils without like looking directly at them, just so she can try to overhear
What
some
would you have gotten?
conversations. It's just a perception roll.
No. What would you have gotten for
Oh.
your drink?
Some dwarven ale. They have it here, don't they?
Yes, this is the
I've
place.
got it here before.
They have the homebrew batch of ale. All right. I think that was like
I
4
point
copper or
to
something like that. It's cheap.
Bastion. She's got my money.
I cross over and
Then I take it
leave
and go sit down.
leave Wyatt in his jackassery and give the bartender Morgrim's money.
Her drink's on me. Even though she's paying for it. It's my money.
Okay. Bastion, are you also getting a drink?
What's the best mocktail they have at this bar?
Best mocktail. Do you ask the bartender?
Yes.
He just kind of looks at you funny. Well, we've got fizzy water, and we've got bitters.
Do you have a fruit of any fashion?
I mean,
You can have one of my essence stone berries to put in your drink.
do you still have an essence stoneberry?
Oh wait,
I think
did I
I
use all of them?
Ended up
I think you
eating
used
those,
all
didn't
of
I?
your berries on Bastion when she got
Oh,
impaled.
never mind. You got all of them.
I mean, we've got a couple of things back here. But, what are you looking for?
Oh, Christ, just give me a water.
Fizzy or no?
Still.
Still? Okay. Ice?
Yes, please.
Bartender gets you what you asked for.
Thought I'd give you a chance to describe one of these drinks.
I know, but I didn't think of one. Nor would they have the resources.
Well, you see, this drink is made out of hydrogen.
See, the thing about mocktails, the thing about mocktails is that typically they have a lot of fancy syrups in them, and these people do not have the resources for syrups necessarily.
Well, you see, if you just dry and blend some yams or sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that maybe we were gonna bring back the frost yam.
I mean, if you want him to make you frost coffee.
I do not want him to make me frost coffee. I'm just saying, thought I'd see what you come up with.
Yes.
And what we came up with is ice water.
And we're going with ice water.
Mazel tov.
Oh, hey,
this is not a fancy bar.
Don't go too hard there.
I will say, pints of vodka are not uncommon, so at first glance, you might think the Bastion got a pint of vodka. for the one of you with eyes. Okay, so Bastion, where were you going with your drink? Were you sitting in the bar? Or were you sitting somewhere else?
I'll sit at the bar.
Okay. And Wyatt, what are you doing?
I'll just find a corner, semi-busy corner, and trying to use my small statue to squeeze in between conversation.
Okay. You find a small corner where there's a bunch of big
Small.
folk.
But yeah.
You find a corner with a bunch of big folk because, you know, your small stature isn't actually all that small to a lot of people
Yeah.
here. And Thicket, what are you doing?
I think I'm also at the bar with a pint of ale.
Okay.
I'm just taking in the sounds of the crowd.
Lovely. That'll be 4 copper.
All right.
Okay. So, Morgrim, you were sitting by the halflings, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, you definitely can't like read their lips or anything through the veils, but by straining your ear through the noise of the crowd, you think you can hear them talking. You think you can hear them talking about family business, the mayor, next election. You hear something about shipments. You think you hear one of the... This is just Morgrim.
I see.
You think you hear one of them mention the hospital, maybe? And you're not sure, but you think you also heard something about the less fortunate's house. It's mostly just bits and pieces, because it is very loud in here.
Okay. Does it quiet down after I hear all that from the table?
No, it's... The night is still young. If anything, it's getting louder the longer the night goes on.
Okay.
Bastion?
Yep.
Are you listening to anyone in particular? Like, what's or are you just sitting there vibing? Same with Thicket, I guess.
I'm kind of scanning, and if I hear something that sounds relevant, then I'll focus in on that. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm doing the same thing.
Okay. Well, Thicket, it's a little bit too loud for you. You're a little bit overwhelmed, so you can't quite focus on anything except for the pint in your hand.
I'm oversteamed.
AKA you got a net 1.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh! Ouch.
Bastion, Bastion, you sort of listen around best you can, and you do hear a couple people mentioning shipments. None of the people like next to you or anything, but you hear somebody like sort of walking behind you talking to their friend about a shipment of some kind, but then they disappear into the crowd. The people next to you, they seem to be talking about like putting on a play, you think? Like they're talking, maybe not putting on, maybe more writing. They're trying to write a play, but they're both very sloshed, so it's not going well.
Been there.
I would say that's about the extent you can gather. Just from sort of sitting there and listening. Wyatt, you seem to have found yourself in a crowd of greenhouse workers.
Okay.
Seemingly the engineers, who were all chatting about the job and about all these damages we've got to fix up recently. Did you hear
Okay.
that? Did you hear that there's something that's been attacking, and it's not like vandals or anything? Yeah, I heard something about that, but I don't know. It doesn't sound right to me. That kind of nonsense.
Not nonsense, but yes, listening closely.
It's mostly just sort of blue collar working talk.
Okay.
You don't hear anything illicit.
All right. That's better than nothing, I guess.
So how long would you say you guys would be sitting here before you decided to reconvene or move on to something else?
How long did it take to get the information I got?
Probably like maybe half an hour.
Okay, she'd probably listen around just a few minutes longer, just to make sure nothing else interesting pops up. And then she would either try to make eye contact with one of her friends that can see. And if nothing happens, maybe by like 10 minutes later, unless the halflings go to move or something, she would go up to the bar to get another drink and kind of reconvene to share information.
Yeah, the halflings don't. The only time one of them gets up is to go to the bar to get more drinks for the group.
Oh.
But I would say that he does get up probably around when you're 3/4 of the way through your drink.
Okay. And once I see he just coming back with drinks, I will finish my drink and go to the bar.
Okay. You are now at the bar. Wyatt, are you also going to the bar?
Yeah, I think I am.
Okay.
Now that it seems like, you know.
The party is now at the bar.
Well, I struck out.
Yeah, just random talk for me.
I got some talk about some of the interesting events that have been happening recently. She makes like a knowing glance at the people that can see, and she goes to do it to Thicket to her, and then she just stops and turns back around.
I think we might need to actually tell Thicket to come back if we want to have this conversation.
I like that we've turned Thicket into like a Toph character. Where we regularly forget that he's blind.
Whoa, wait, the Earth-based blind character was inspired by Toph?
What? Whoa! That's a crazy assumption.
You also have fire and a buddy. Toph didn't have those things.
I do. The Toph inspiration came after.
It's Toph if Toph was a JoJo character.
Exactly. Oh my god, Toph would fuck up JoJo's.
So anyways.
Anyway, what are we doing?
On.
Right. We pull him back.
Well, he's there.
He was there.
He's at the bar.
He was at the bar.
Okay.
Right. Well, I don't suppose we have a place or a time. Whatever happened to those the survivors?
Survivors of what?
What do you mean?
Of the bank.
Oh, you don't know. Last you heard,
And
they
none
were in
of
the
the
hospital.
attackers survived, right?
Correct.
Maybe at the hospital.
Imagine they'd be released by now. As long as they have a Circean cleric, you know. What's the plan?
I don't know, Wyatt. What is the plan?
I don't know. we could always just sit here and wait until whatever that investigation wraps up and we get called in or whatever. Which I
Aye, but
imagine won't be fun.
how long will that take?
I don't want to imagine.
Well, if that's your best plan, I'm gonna go help with the snowmobile, I guess?
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, we
Wouldn't
should probably
that
help
be-
with that too.
Considered out of town since it's at the greenhouses?
It's at the Greenhouse Guild headquarters, which is in town.
I don't think I can help out a lot, but we can.
We need to
Fuck, I
train
don't
someone
know.
else to drive
So
the
we're not
damn thing, so...
Interested in what the Cloud Veil happens to say?
I mean... They didn't really have a place... Did they have places or times or anything we could actionably do?
No, they just mentioned a lot of different things that are all connected in this situation.
Where... Is there like a place that Cloudvale halflings go?
Well,
They hang out? Is
typically
there a
they're
community
houses.
center? Okay, well, I can't break
But-
into any more of those. The guard captain told me not to.
They, typically are pretty. They might be, for all you know, they might be political figures of some kind. So they might be at the town hall. They're just people. They live where people. They go where people go. They live where people live. Typically, an inn is a hangout spot for most people. Possibly the bank would have been one of those hangout spots before it was burned down.
So the bank's a no-go.
I mean, the bank, you could always go there. The fire is out, as far as you're aware.
We haven't been there since the fire got put out, have we?
Correct. Except for helping to put the fire out.
Oh, there's totally
The next
evidence
morning.
there. There's 100% evidence at the bank.
If you want to go to the bank, I'll go to the bank.
Do you not think
Yeah,
we
we can
could
do
get in
some-
trouble for tampering with a crime scene?
We're not gonna tamper with it per se. We're just
We're
gonna
not-
Okay,
investigate
she's
it.
not
Tampering.
wrong that we might be breaking and entering.
You said you didn't want to break in, enter to anyone's house. I didn't know
I
the
mean,
bank might fall in that category.
It's already
it's
ruined.
not someone's house, which wasn't what I was... It's right on the line.
That we
That's
weren't
really
doing
annoying.
borders.
It's a public space, isn't it?
Well, I think a bank is
Bank?
an inherently private space.
Everyone needs a bank.
Make a
Everyone
society
needs a
check to see if you
restroom as
actually
well.
know what a bank is.
Oh God, I don't.
Oh shit!
Watch me actually be
Bank?
super knowledgeable about financials. Well, you see,
That-
if you're trying to get a loan with a specific APR, you got to make sure your credit score is just right.
I think it's like entire tribe was just doing future contracts. Like,
That's a 14.
not bad.
You've gathered that banks are places where people keep money. Whatever
Make
that
a
is.
society check on the money. Yeah.
Do I know what money is?
Yes, you've gambled most of yours away.
Ah, that's right.
That's an argument against that, actually.
I know what it is. I just don't know about value.
Yeah.
Yes. You
That
understand
tracks.
that you exchange currency for goods and services.
Yes.
However,
How much real is that? Right.
So- Are-
Yeah.
what are you doing? Are you going to the bank? Are you doing something else? What is the gang
Let's
up
go to the bank and just see what's up.
Yeah. What's the worst that can happen? Let's go.
Okay.
Well, the worst that can happen is we get arrested and framed for
Have you
horrible
forgotten?
crimes, but
Have you forgotten so soon what happened the last time we said? What's the worst
Called-
that could happen?
and
Called
then went to
sarcasm.
the bank.
I got impaled like several times.
Okay, so you make your way over to the bank, and sun's mostly gone down at this point. So the street lamps have turned on, because there are indeed street lamps. Seemingly magically powered street lamps of some kind. And yeah, the burned out husk of the bank is still there. Thankfully, a good portion of the building was made with stone, so the stone still seems to be there. And there's nobody here fighting a fire, so you'd imagine the fire is out. And there do appear to be a couple of guards around standing watch. But it's not like an armada or anything. You don't see any crime scene tape, because crime scene tape doesn't really exist.
Fair.
It looks,
I'm gonna-
at least from first glance, it looks like there's maybe like 3 guards just out in the cold shivering.
Can I walk up to the guards?
Sure. Hey, what you doing?
Hello, I'm so sorry to bother you. My party and I were here when the whole incident took place, and some of our stuff got lost inside in the chaos. We were wondering if it would be open for us to go back and try and retrieve it now.
Make a diplomacy check. Well, deception.
Well, let's see. I'm so much worse at deception than I am diplomacy. It's a 5.
5?
Oh my
Five.
god.
Sorry, man. Not gonna be able to let that happen. Kind of an active investigation going on. Not allowed to let anyone in. We're not even
Please,
allowed
sir.
to go in, so...
Please, sir. I'm just a poor blind sap. I lost my me eyesight and me mother in an incident not too long
And
ago.
his cane is in the basement.
I've been having some mighty difficult trouble getting around town, and it's cold. And if you could
The
just grant
fire
me,
killed his service dog, and his cane is in the basement.
if you could just
What kind
grant
of
me
monster are you
this
Thick
one
to deny
charity,
this
sir.
poor blind
Orgrim
man?
Takes like 20 steps back from
It's
Thicket, please make a deception check.
Oh, God.
23.
23. Alright, he looks at the other guards. Alright, I don't really see the harm, but I'm gonna chaperone you, and it's just gonna be right, blind, so you won't actually be able to see your own shit.
Right, so
I'll take
makes
one
sense.
of you down with him.
Oh, thank you, sir. Bless ye.
Who here's really good at investigating shit?
What was that?
Nothing. Sorry.
Huh.
He's asking who's best to go with him.
Yeah, because, he's blind, and if we're going to search for rubble for a cane,
Well, there's not a whole lot of rubble to search through. Mostly everything that could burn burned.
What skill do you even use to investigate something?
Perception.
Oh.
Shit, that's me.
I was looking for like an investigative like skill like D&D has.
No,
I
it's
don't know why.
perception
I've
for
played
everything.
this for over a year.
It's perception for
Alright.
everything, because investigation is a nonsense skill that's too confusing.
That's fair.
Alright, I guess that's me.
Alright, come on. And
Right. You boys behave yourselves for the officers, aye?
Let's say the last time 2 of us went into the basement, nothing good happened.
What?
Nothing.
Why are you like this?
The guard sort of just shakes his head. You're a very weird people. And the orc brings you inside.
Thinking of
And-
why it's turned to get almost killed.
Thicket, the guard actually stays close to you. You think at first to keep an eye on you, but then you realize actually that his hand is hovering over your back, as if he's waiting to catch you if you fall.
I'm gonna grab onto his hand. Thank you, sir. I'm gonna sort of splay my other arm out, like very helplessly.
Make
You're
a
doing me
performance check.
great service here. Oh, that's an 8.
And he takes his hand back. It's
Oh.
just not really into the touchy-feely thing with strangers. Kind of a, not a thing that I want to do. No offense.
I'm gonna drop. Like when he releases me, I'm
you
gonna
just
like
fall.
I'm gonna trip and fall.
Oh god!
Hey,
oh
hey.
god! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
What happened? What happened?
You're not even in the door of the bank yet, by the way. So everyone has just watched Thicket collapse.
I would like to turn to Morgrim. I imagine we're standing a little distance away from the guards now, and whisper, "See, this was a brilliant plan."
Okay. And he he shouts at all of you. All right. This one is staying out here. Too dangerous inside. You, and he points at Wyatt. You're coming in, and we're getting this
I was
dealt
always
with.
coming in. I know,
but now it's just you and me. Let's go.
Insight check.
You know what McCain looks like, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
And see if you can find the bones of Rover while you're in there.
Wyatt,
Rover.
Wyatt, you look at this orc, and he just looks annoyed now.
All right. Okay. We'll make this quick.
Great. All right, and you said you were in the basement.
Yep.
All right, come on. And he leads you inside. Like immediately upon entering the building, it really is like, I mean, you didn't see it before it was on fire, so you don't have too much perspective, but like there is no roof. The floors have been burned away because the floors were made of wood, so now it's just stone floor. Like sort of foundation. The doors are burned away because the doors were also wood, so you can sort of see into the main bank area from the sort of mudroom entry hallway, and like all of the teller stands and all of the desks appear to be just gone, eaten away by the fire.
Gods. Hey.
Rough stuff, huh?
Yeah.
All right, basement's this way. And he leads you down to the basement stairs, which you do recognize are the same basement stairs that you went down before.
Right, okay.
He brings you down, and the door, I believe, was already broken down when you got there. I believe, actually, Cranberry broke it down. So there is no door. And the corpses appear to have been removed.
Yeah.
So you don't see any of those. There does look to be some... well, you think they might have been pools of blood, judging by the shape, but now it's just sort of crispy black stuff on the floor.
Right, okay.
All right, here it is. Go ahead and look around, I guess.
Start looking for clues.
All right, what are you looking for specifically?
Guys, I completely fucking forgot what we're looking for.
Just any sort of clue, I guess.
Yeah, just looking for anything that stands out that survived the fire. Any like identification that was dropped, which is hardly, I guess, anything.
Well,
but I guess in
people
medieval
don't.
society.
Yeah, people don't really have driver's licenses or anything.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. I look for a real ID right now.
And
I look for
the guards definitely seem to have collected most
no swords
everything.
or anything.
You don't see any swords. You don't see any weapons really, except actually it looks like kicked over in the corner. It looks like some sort of mechanism. Make a society check.
Society check. 23.
23. You would recognize these mechanisms as the metal bits of a boom powder weapon. So it looks like the wood furniture burned away, and the guards didn't really know that it was evidence, so they just kind of ignored it. Because it just looked like pieces of metal on the floor.
I'll keep a note of that as I'm continuously looking. I'm gonna pick it up in a sec, but I want to make it still look like I'm looking for a cane or like a walking stick or anything of the sort.
Mm-hmm.
You ever, as I'm making conversation, I'm like, hey, you guys, when you were picking your way through here, you ever see like a solid, I think, half silver cane around like the height of my friend? You guys picked one of those up?
Gerd shakes his head. No, I don't think so.
All right, I think he said he was in that. I don't know if he might have been in that corner. If you don't mind checking,
make a diplomacy check.
We'll get out of there. Get out of this faster. 3. Shit.
Look, mate. It's probably not here.
Oh.
But you can look over there if you want. I've got to stay here to keep an eye on you.
Right.
And the door.
Sure. Oh, what's this? I kneel down towards the whatever's left of a boom powder weapon. Take a poke at it. I think I found my friend's dog's collar. I'm gonna pick it up and put it in my bag.
What's your stealth modifier?
Stealth?
Or thievery. Sorry, not stealth.
Thievery. Stealth is +7, but thievery, I am... Where's my thievery check? Where is this?
Bottom right.
Bottom right, +2. Shit. I am not Jason the Dark, guys.
You attempt to just pocket this real quick, and he goes, that didn't look like a dog collar.
It's got a weird dog.
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah.
I think we might have had enough of this.
What? Have enough of what?
Whatever's going on here. What did you
Nothing
take?
going on. I
And
took these.
He walks up to you.
I take out the bits and pieces of metal. I was like, what else do you want from this?
He looks at him. You can keep those if you want.
Okay.
But still, you're acting real fishy. Alright?
That's always how I'm acting. Don't worry about it. I am from the city of ships, so it's a lot of fish, you know. He doesn't even laugh at that, does he? Okay,
it's more of a fake chuckle.
Okay.
Very funny.
You're welcome. I turn around and take a sip of my flask.
Alright, come on. We're done here.
Wait, we haven't found the
You
thing
had
yet.
your chance. Come on.
What do you mean? I didn't even make a perception check yet.
I make perception checks for you.
I'm making a joke.
Oh.
A meta analytical joke.
What does that even mean? Are you referencing one of those stupid military games? Come on.
Shit. I assume he just picks me up.
He just
like
he just firmly grasps your shoulder and like, or less your shoulder and more like his entire hand, like basically fits across your entire back.
Yeah.
And he just sort of starts pushing you along, grumbling to himself about how offensive those military games are.
All right.
You all watch as Wyatt gets shoved upstairs.
Oh.
At this point, it is fully dark out.
Okay. Head back over to the group. Oh, bad news, Fickett.
Oh, what is it?
Didn't find your cane.
No.
Did Did find these though, and I assume there's some light where we're at, like underneath a street lamp or whatever.
Yeah, there's street lamps.
I open up and I pull out the whatever's left of a boom powder rifle or boom powder weapon. Don't know what we can do with these, but these are remnants of a boom powder rifle, and I'm not sure if we could go around town cross-referencing these things and stuff. But
I
that's always an
suppose we'll
option.
just have to get Thicket a new cane in the morning.
Yes.
Come on, mate. Let's get back to the inn, and for the benefit of the guards, I'm going to hook my elbow through Thicket's arm like I'm leading him away.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. You begin leading him away, and as you do, Morgrim, you could swear you heard a little giggle in the darkness.
Ooh, from which direction?
Just, you're not sure. Might have been from multiple directions, just, you couldn't see it. Whatever the source was.
Did you guys hear that?
Hear what?
The giggle.
I didn't hear any giggle.
I'm not familiar.
She's fully stopped in her tracks and she's looking and listening intently now.
You listen intently.
By the way, before this begins, who here actually has weapons? As a meta question, who uses weapons in combat?
I only got these guns.
Me?
Okay.
And Thub and I guess Morgrim sometimes use, or
Morgrim,
It's like a
theoretically.
last resort
yeah,
thing.
Morgrim
I use-
has weapons, but she
Alright,
typically
alright,
sticks with the
alright.
fire.
It's more of like a something from her like family. It's more decorative, like it can be used, but it's more like a ceremonial piece instead of something that she uses.
So Morgrim, as you listen more intently, you don't hear any more giggling. Just the snow, which is definitely picked up. The snow is coming down. You can hear that sort of tapping against your ears.
What kind of giggle was it? What was it, like childlike? Did it sound like
It was-
a male or female?
You couldn't tell gender, but it definitely, it sounded humanoid,
Mm-hmm.
and it sounded, it definitely did not sound like an adult.
Okay.
And it was, yeah, it sounded almost like a baby's laughing.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
Fuck!
no.
Does it remind me of something creepy named Hermanthony?
It tough to
Can
tell.
Hermanthony's giggle?
But it sounded a little deeper pitched than
Oh,
the Hermanthony's voice.
a daddy Hermanthony?
Please no.
I look up.
Like you've just said a phrase that I feel is now going to be used against us in the worst of ways.
yeah.
Like Telltale Games, Cam will remember this.
You look up to the sky and do not see anything in the sky other than darkness and stars. Not a whole lot of stars because there's definitely some light pollution here, and the snow hitting your eyes.
Are there like alleyways or anything like that near where I'm at?
Not really alleyways. There's spaces between houses, but that's really it. There's like, this isn't a city, so it really is just spaces between houses.
She'll go down a couple of those spaces and just look.
You start going through, and
Bastion's gonna like follow. Where the hell are you guys? Stop wandering
I
off.
heard a giggle.
Okay, and you know the best place to get away from giggles? The
Get away-
tavern.
Bastion, as you say that, a chunk of snow falls off of the roof of a nearby house and onto your head.
I look up.
Look up.
You don't see anything.
Is there any way to climb on the roof of any of these buildings?
Well, you could always jump on someone's shoulders.
We're gonna get arrested.
How tall is the roof?
It's probably like at the lowest point. This is a single-story building, so maybe like 7 feet off the ground. Like if Thicket wasn't careful, he might bonk his head off of it.
Oh,
Hey.
okay.
Give me a boost. I'm going to try to get on top of one of these buildings. She's...
Are you trying to get on whose shoulders?
Well, you're the only one that followed, I think, so she's asking you for a
Okay.
boost.
Okay. I will indulge whatever this is.
Okay. Morgrim, make an acrobatics check, please.
Acrobatics, not athletics, to pull myself up?
You're trying to balance on Bastion's shoulders first.
Oh, snap. Sorry.
If
I'm
you
a
can
pretty,
get
like,
onto Bastion's
Stocky
shoulders,
person.
yeah.
12.
So is Morgrim. A 12.
Oh.
You manage to get up onto Bastion's shoulders and get a grip onto the roof.
Can I pull
And
myself up?
pull yourself up pretty easily from there. Though you definitely can sort of feel the material of the roof bending under the strain of your weight.
I will
Please do
stay
not
towards
fall
the
into
outside.
some family's home.
Yeah, she's not going in the middle. She's staying towards the outside where there's support. I look around.
You look around. The snow has picked up even further. But you can't entirely tell, but you think there might be some indentations in the snow
On the ground or on the roof?
on the roof.
How far do they go?
They just sort of, it looks like they sort of go to the peak of the roof and then are gone. But they go out to the edge, sort of where the chunk fell off, and then they sort of go up towards the peak.
I go up towards the peak.
Okay. The indentations appear to stop at around the peak.
I look
But
around.
you do see sort of what look like maybe larger ones. Like sort of longer, not larger, longer, but slightly shallower.
Can I make a survival check to figure out what that means?
Sure.
11.
11?
Great rolls.
You're not really sure exactly what that means, but yeah, you're
Hey,
not
Bastion!
really sure.
What?
And I tell Bastion what I see to see if she can tell me what it means.
Okay, Bastion, make a recall knowledge check of your choice.
Nature? Question mark. That's a 24.
Well, the best thing that you could possibly think of is like sometimes when you've seen like horses sort of take off into a gallop, they sort of kick up the soil behind them, and it can make longer indentations in the ground.
Could have started running.
You running? It started running.
It could have started running. Changing the track pattern. Whatever it is, can we get back to the tavern? The inn?
But it's in the middle of town. It could hurt somebody.
all it did is laugh. Maybe it's a teen. You know
Wait.
how those teens are.
As
At
you
least
say
that's
that,
what I hear.
as you say that,
Oh fuck.
you hear a horn. A bellowing war horn
Coming from.
Oh no.
coming from not too terribly far away, but you think somewhere
Uh-oh.
sort of in the nitty-gritty of the buildings. So if you are around this area, you think you hear it maybe on the other side of the town square.
Okay, I channel
Oh,
elements and take off
fuck.
running.
Can
Yeah,
someone
I'm
Can I
also
kick
gonna
me
run
slide
out?
that
down
way.
to the lower side of the roof and jump off without?
Yeah.
Killing
There's
myself?
there's a lot
Epic.
of soft snow beneath,
Okay.
so
I would do that. And
Yeah, I'm gonna
start
start running over there as well.
Should,
I channel
okay,
my
yeah.
elements too.
okay. You channel your elements.
Full tilt sprint.
And yeah, you start making your way over to the area where you think you heard the horn, and you can pretty immediately see, illuminated by the light, not only of the street lamps and of the houses, but also of the massive squad of city guards holding torches. There is something hostile here. Several somethings hostile
Da-da-da.
that you can
That doesn't
hear
sound
and
great.
see. As it appears, there are, in this area alone, 7 Hermanthines
Oh, geez.
What
beg your
the
pardon?
spread around
fuck?
the area.
How many? How many did you say?
7.
That's one for each sin I'm going to commit after this.
And you
Oh.
watch as the guards in the center of this area are trying to beat them back. You can see the guard captain, Kyra, in the middle near the big squad. There's a couple individuals out and about, but most of the Hermanthines seem to be going into houses, breaking the doors down, breaking through the walls, pulling people out, and you watch as one of the Hermanthines drags a screaming halfling from his house, just stomps on his leg, and you hear a sickening crunch all the way from across this area as the Hermanthine then just opens its gummy maw, slams it down on the halfling's chest. You hear another sickening crunch, squelch, as the Hermanthine tosses its head back, and you watch as the halfling's heart flies into the air and straight down, unchewed, the Hermanthine's throat. It is time for initiative.
Oh fuck.
Can I get a size comparison on these things? Because I thought they were
These
quite large.
Are the same size as the ones you saw before.
They are.
Can I start next to
And
Bastion?
what I saw before was quite a long time ago. Can I?
They are bigger than horses.
Oh.
Okay, that's actually smaller than I had in my mind. I'm
They,
not
they
gonna lie
are
to you.
they are bigger than like normal horses. Like they're
The
yeah,
sheer
they're
number of
tall.
dice that have to be rolled here is.
They're
is
very very large
sickening.
creatures.
Can,
Um,
can I get a psych eval for Cam?
So Wyatt and Thicket, I need you to roll initiative, please.
Yeah, hold on, I'm reading my thing.
Oh lord.
Can I start next to Bastion Parker?
Sure.
Why?
Because I got runic weapon.
Okay.
You're now next to Bastion.
Alright.
All right, you have all rolled initiative, and so we shall begin the encounter. Top of round 1, we have a Hermanthine next to a couple of guards. It is going to start out by unleashing a torrent of babbling at one of the guards. At all of the guards. Let's see. I don't think this would affect you. I need to do a quick measurement.
That crying man.
This would not affect you, but it does affect all of the guards. Who
That's
are going
not
to
a good
need
sign.
to make some saves real fast. Okay, that one gets a success. We have a failure. We have a failure. We have a success. And we have another success. So, we've got some frightened guards here. That was action 1. Action 2, it is then going to use to step up to this guard, and then it is going to attempt to hoof the guard. That is going to be a hit. So the guard is going to take, if I can find the correct damage die. Okay, that's not too terrible. The guard is now mortal. And that is the end of that Hermanthony's turn. That brings us to Morgrim.
Okay, I'm too far away to do anything, so I'm just going to...
Is the ruler working?
I think so. I have to figure out what button do I push to use it after...
Oh, no. You should just be able to drag your token.
Oh.
It works.
Hell yeah.
Oh, splendid.
Hold on, I'm too far away in the map to see. This is a big map. I didn't zoom too far out. I can't read the distance. Oh, I can't go that far. Oh gosh, man, I don't have much movement at all.
Yeah, no. You are a slow dwarf.
Okay, I move all the reactions to move 60 whole feet.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
So sad.
That brings us then to the guard squadron here, which is going to start out by using their fire crossbows action to fire a volley at the Hermanthony that just attacked their fellow. So the Hermanthony needs to make a saving throw here. That is a reflex save, which the Hermanthony succeeds. So I need to roll some dice because that was a basic reflex save, so it still takes half damage. It is going to take from that a little bit of damage as several crossbow bolts just stick into its sides, and it mostly seems undeterred. The guards are then going to move over towards the Hermanthony. If I can get, yeah, that's 25. Okay. Okay, that is their turn. That brings us now to this Hermanthony over here, who is going to, let's see, it's going to start out by looking directly at Morgrim,
Okay.
and it is going to start moving.
Yes, come in range, please. My
Action
little
1
4 feet don't move that fast.
moves it to over there, and then I've got to do a little quick measure. Okay. Action 2. Let's see. Okay. Action 2 is going to move it to over here, and then it is going to use Action 3 to babble frightfully. So I need
Mhm.
Morgrim to make a will save, please.
Oh, hold on. I gotta pop my thing back in because it doesn't work when I pop it out. A will save, right?
Yes.
16.
16. That is unfortunately a failure, so you are now frightened 2. And that is the end of the Hermanthony's turn. That brings us now to one of the guards, who is going to make a strike with his halberd at the Hermanthony there. That is going to be a solid failure. He's then going to strike once more. That is also a pretty solid failure. And then he's going to move back towards the big squad. And that is the end of his turn. Hermanthony time.
I love Hermanthony.
We love Hermanthony time. It's great.
My favorite time. Goodness.
It is going to start out by yes. It is going to start trampling the it is going to attempt to trample through the guards there. If I can get it to not end in another creature's space. Well, maybe it will not be able to trample through the... oh. There we go. It's a start. That's what I wanted. Yeah. It doesn't actually move around. It moves through. And the guards need to make a save. The guards get a natural 20. So they succeed their save. And so they are going to take half damage from the attack. Okay, they take some damage there. That is the end of that Hermanthony's turn. That brings us to another Hermanthony. This one is going to start making its way down towards you.
I think we need to stick together on this.
Yeah.
It's going to take one final action to move over to there. That is the end of its turn. That brings us to another Hermanthony, which is going to start out by trampling through these two guards over here, who are going to both fail their reflex saves. One of them actually critically fails. So the one that just got a regular failure is going to take... it's going to take...
He's dead.
That is enough damage to, yes, kill him. That is a guard that has been trampled, and the other guard critically failed, so she takes double damage and also is trampled to death. Yeah. So that's 2 dead guards, and that was at Hermanthony's turn. That brings us now to the guard captain, who is going to start out by doing a bit of a move up to the Hermanthony, and she's then going to do a swipe with her great axe. Oof. That first one is a natural 1.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the second one is a hit, assuming the natural 1 doesn't completely destroy everything. Nope, that's critical hit deck. I want critical fumble deck. Melee, vibration. If you're using a bludgeoning weapon, you drop the weapon. Okay, she's not using a bludgeoning weapon, so that does nothing. It's just a miss. Okay. And so she does hit that Hermanthony, and is going to deal not much damage to it. Yeah, that's going to be like 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And that is the end of her turn. That brings us to Wyatt.
Bastion, you're gonna be at the front line of this thing, right?
I guess. What kind of question is that?
I say this as my hand like begins to like glow with like runes, and I touch her weapon and I cast runic weapon on that thing.
Which weapon?
Which one do you normally use?
Well, it depends.
The one in your hand, assuming you
The
have
one in
one
your
in your
hand.
hand.
Yeah, what's the one in your hand right now?
I probably had the sword in my hand.
I cast runic
Okay.
weapon on the sword.
Okay. So, Bastion, why don't you go ahead and have the sword drawn first and foremost, because I believe runic weapon has an actual effect that we can just drop on.
Oh,
Yes.
that's nice.
It becomes a +1 striking sword.
There you go. It is now runic weaponed. Wyatt, you have 1 action remaining.
I do have 1 action remaining. Let me measure the distance. That's 50 feet. I can't do shit with that. I'm gonna spend a turn, and I'm just gonna stride my 25 feet, I believe, right? Yeah. Or I have 20 feet. Let me see. 25 feet. I'll stride my 25 feet. That's 30. Shit, I can't see. There we go. I stride up to here.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. That brings us now to shocker here, Hermanthony, who is going to start going down towards the guards there. That's 1 move. That's 2 move. And move number 3, it is going to get into flanking position on Kyra, who is going to get an attack of opportunity. And that is going to be a hit, I believe. Let me check. Yes, that is going to be a hit, so Kyra is going to deal some damage to this Hermanthony. Maximum damage there. All right. And the Hermanthony is now flanking Kyra. And I will note that it went around. It could have moved less and gotten into melee range. Just a note. Thicket, you're up.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Well, where am I on the map? Oh, there I am. Gonna start by manifesting my Eidolon.
All right, where do you want him? Just ping the space.
What is the range on that?
Good question.
Adjacent. Okay, so
Yes.
let's put him right there.
There? Okay. Cranberry is now out.
And then he gets an action as part of that.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna have him make a stride.
Okay.
Where is he on this 20? Boop, boop, boop.
All right.
That's my turn.
That brings us now to another Hermanthony,
Whoa.
who is going
Surprise.
How
to...
have we not made it through all 7 yet?
It is going
Oh.
to trample through one of the guards to get right up next to Kyra. And that guard's going to need to make a reflex save here. Ooh! That is a fail. So that guard is going to take enough damage to kill him, plus a little. So that is another dead guard. And that is the
Yeah,
Hermanthony's turn.
You're not helping with the morale here. I know that's not your job, but you're certainly not.
That brings us to Bastion.
Uh-huh. Okay. Let's just... Okay, where... The nearest Hermanthony is... There's everything on my...
The one to the north is 50 feet away. The one to the west is 100 feet away. So the closest one is here.
Okay. I'm gonna take 2 of my actions to run up to our local Hermanthony fellow, just about here. And I'm gonna take the third one to try and gut it.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
Yeah, striking weapon.
So let's see how
Oh,
that goes.
double that fucking dice,
Oh.
alright? Double that double dice.
Look at us go! A natural 20.
Hell yeah! All right, let me
Beautiful.
go ahead and roll that critical hit deck for you. Card number 18. That was a. You said gutting, so I'm guessing that was piercing because I believe you get to choose with a bastard sword. Nope, never mind. Bastard swords are always slashing.
I was also going to say, a gutting attack I feel like is slashing.
I would have. I don't know. Whatever.
I could see it either way.
Regardless,
Yeah.
Severed tendon. Until healed, the target is clumsy one and takes a -5-foot status penalty to land speed. And go ahead and roll your critical damage.
Excellent news. That is 16 points of damage.
16 points of
Okay.
slashing damage. All right. You definitely seem to have heard it as you make a massive bloody gash down its humanoid chest and into its horse, in massive air quotes, chest. That is the end of your turn. That brings us around to the top of round 2 with one of the Hermanthonies, which is going to... Let me just double check something real quick with the guard squad here. It does not say that they cannot be flanked, but I think they can't be flanked because that makes sense because there's so fucking many of them. Maybe? I don't know. Flanking is confusing in these cases.
No flanking. No flanking.
Non-damaging effects within an area or that target all creatures in certain proximity. Affect a troop normally if they affect the entire area. I would say that flanking would not affect then, but it is still going to go around and move into a flanking. Why are you trying to go all the way over there? Just go. Stop trying to go over there. Go there. Thank you. Jesus. It is going to move over there with its first action. With its second action, it is going to do a frightful babble. So, gonna do will saves from the guards. Ooh, the guard squadron fails. They are frightened too. Kyra. Ooh. Kyra also fails. And gets frightened too. Then it is going to go for a strike with its hoof. That is a natural 1.
Oh.
Crit fumble. Number 6. That was an unarmed attack. That tastes awful. If this was a Jaws attack or similar, you are sickened 3. That was not a Jaws attack. So that is that. Morgrim,
His
you're up.
hooves are sickened.
Okay, Morgan's gonna keep on moving up. Hold on, I can't read the letters. 25. to move twice and keep going? Or she'll stop here and send out her flying flame at this fella over here, which is
Okay.
a DC 15 basic reflex.
Reflex save. All right. That is a dirty 20.
Okay. So that's,
Half damage.
I was gonna say, so 2d8 and then halved. So 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. Okay. It definitely is something. Yeah. All right. Was that everything?
That's all I can do.
All right. That brings us to the guard squadron, which is going to use its lower halberds action as a 3-action thing. So it is going to make all of the guards lower their halberds and attempt to stab the Hermanthines within range. So each one needs to make a reflex save. That is 1 success. That is
Don't say 2.
2 success.
Don't say a third.
That is a critical success.
Oh,
You're kidding.
God. We're so fucked, guys.
No, never mind. Not a critical success. It's 1 short of a critical success. It's just a regular success instead. So they are all going to take half of this piercing damage. Oof, and the guards rolled horribly. So each Hermanthony takes 5 points of piercing damage. And that is the guard's entire turn. That brings us now to a Hermanthony, the one right up next to Morgrim, actually, which is going to start out by doing a trample to gallop through you. So I need you to make a reflex save, please.
17.
17. That is unfortunately just barely a failure. Okay. So you are going to take from that 14 points of damage. Bludgeoning damage. And that was its entire turn. So that brings us now to another Hermanthony. This is one is going to attack the guard squadron up first with a hoof. That is a success. Oof. Okay. It is going to go for another hoof. That is. Let me check the conditions. The movement. No. Okay. That hoof is going to be just barely a miss. And final hoof is going to also be a solid miss. So that is the end of that Hermanthony's turn. That brings us now to the Hermanthony up next to Bastion, who is going to start out with a frightful babble. So, I need everyone other than Thicket, and that includes Cranberry, to please make will saves against this horrible bad boy.
Uh-oh.
That's another nat 20.
Hell yeah.
Okay, a will save?
Will save, yes.
I got
That's
25.
11.
23.
Okay. So Bastion critically succeeds, meaning that Bastion, you do not give a single shit about this stupid baby thing or the noises it is making. You are now immune to the frightful babbling for the next hour.
From all of the
from all
Hermanthonies or
Hermanthonies.
this
You're immune to
excellent
the frightful
news?
babbling of all Hermanthonies for the next hour. Morgrim gets a regular failure. So you're
regular failure at 25.
Oh, sorry, success. Sorry, success.
I was like, whoa, that's getting really hard.
Either way, I was going to say frightened 1 because I knew which roll you actually got and was going to give you the correct result. So yeah, your
so
frightened
does that
condition.
Stack or I just stay at
it does
1?
not stack.
Okay.
You become frightened 1. It does not say that it increases your value. It just says you become frightened 1.
Okay.
Cranberry got an 11. That is a failure. So Cranberry is now frightened 2, meaning that I believe Thicket is also now frightened 2. Is he?
I don't think so. I think
no, right. You don't
share
share
HP.
conditions. Right, you don't share conditions. Wyatt, you got a success, so you are frightened
Regular
1,
success.
and that is that action. The Hermanthony is then going to trample through Bastion, through Cranberry, and then at the end, let's see. I'm pretty sure. It does not say it has to move in a straight line, so it then will trample through Wyatt. So I need all 3 to make reflex saves. Wyatt, Cranberry, and Bastion, please.
That's a 15.
Oof.
This is
22.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. It didn't do that. That's a 3 action ability. Scratch that completely. It is. Sorry. I can't read, apparently. I've spent too long looking at computer screens today. It is instead going to attempt to hoof Bastion, then.
Okay.
That is a 23.
That will hit.
Okay. So, Bastion, you are going to take from that 7 points of bludgeoning damage. The Hermanthony is then going to go for another hoof. That one is a 26.
That also hits.
Okay. Sebastian is going to take an additional 8 points of bludgeoning damage. 8 points! And that is the end of that Hermanthony's turn. That brings us now to one of the ones that is flanking Kyra. It is going to go for the hoof. That is going to be a critical success. Okay, that's not horrible. Kyra's going to take a good chunk of damage. Hermanthony is then going to go for another one. Okay, that is also a hit. That is going to be 8 points of damage. I'm going to start rolling with the digital dice just because it'll be faster, I think. As it goes for one final hoof attack. That is a miss, thankfully. That brings us now to Kyra, who is going to start out by going to make a power attack against the Hermanthony that just attacked her. So that is a natural 20.
Woo-hoo.
Okay, we take those.
Oh, she does exceed its level, so she does get a crit card.
Ooh.
Critical hit number 25. That was a slashing attack. Triple damage. The target is off guard until the end of its next turn. So it is now off guard. It will be taking triple damage, which is insane. And it deals even more damage because that was a power attack. So that, holy shit. So power attack is a fun thing. I don't know if I think you might have run into it once before. What it does is that it makes it so that if you hit, the weapon deals an extra damage die.
Ooh.
So she's dealing triple damage to already extra damage. So she's basically dealing sextuple damage here.
Sextuple, oh my gosh.
Sex.
Fuck off.
Thank you, that was helpful.
I rolled
very
to seduce. No,
Okay, let's see. What is...
Do not seduce a Hermanthony.
no. I was
Definitely
talking about
seduce
the
Seduce
about
the Hermanthony.
guard. No.
Okay.
No. No.
Holy shit. That
How much did she get?
42 points of damage.
Ooh.
Wow.
The Hermanthony
my-
Ooh.
almost just died in one hit from full health. It is now mortal. And she's going to go in for... she's going to use that momentum for a sweeping attack, because with a great axe, you get a bonus to your attack, plus 1 to your attack. Or, oh wait, never mind. Attack different target. She's going to stick with the same target, so she does not get that bonus and does not hit as a result. That is the end of Kyra's turn, but yeah, that is now one mortal Hermanthony, and it is bleeding profusely. Its ribs were already sort of sticking out of its skin, but now you can sort of see that there's like almost a hollow cavity inside it where there should be a rib cage.
Oh, that's horrific.
Oh,
Wyatt,
it's just
you're
like
up.
me.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh
Wyatt, you're up.
no. I was okay. Okay. I will have to first stride. Do I have to stride? Yeah, I'll first stride up my 25 feet, so I'm centered here. This is a bad spot, but I might be able to finesse this, sort of, not really. That's one action. I'm gonna use my last 2 actions to shit. I'm gonna just cast did I measure that correctly? I did not measure it correctly. Shit. I'm gonna cast Soothe on Morgrim. Yeah, I'll cast Soothe.
Soothe on Morgrim.
Wait, no, I can't do that. No. Fuck. Do I just cast
She is within
Oh.
range of a soothe.
She is.
Does that work for stamina though? I thought you couldn't heal that back up in.
That
can't.
is correct. You
No,
can't
no.
heal stamina back up.
I can't see. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
because I literally built him to get people like on full health. I didn't build it for stamina. Fuck it. I'm just cast Divine Lance on this guy.
Okay. The one attacking Morgrim?
Yeah, one attacking Morgrim.
Okay.
I think Bastion's got that. The other one.
And Divine Lance is an attack roll, I believe, so go ahead and make that
Yes.
attack roll.
27 to hit.
Ooh.
27 to hit. That does indeed hit. Go ahead and roll
All right.
damage.
I roll damage.
Good old 3d4 points of spirit damage.
3d4. 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. All right. You damage it. You send out this Divine Lance. And unlike the Frost Zombies, it definitely works on this thing. Whatever this thing is, it has a soul.
Yes, okay. That's
As this
concerning.
Divine
but yes.
Lance just
Yeah.
poof through it. And Morgrim, you can sort of see as the Divine Lance goes through it, doesn't leave like a bleeding wound, but you can sort of see for just a moment, it's as if like an astral form of this creature just gets pushed out for like a second before recoiling, as if it's as if the creature's spirit is actually what got hit by that attack.
Yeah, it's good. It's got a soul, you know.
And was made manifest for a moment. That is the end of Wyatt's turn, I believe.
Correct.
Frankly, I'm more concerned that it has a soul than if it didn't.
I know, right? Oh, goodness.
That brings us now to one of the Hermanthonies attacking Kyra. And it's going to go for Hoof. So I'm going to go ahead and roll that in chat there. It's an 18, which is going to hit Kyra, dealing 8 points of damage. So I'm going to go for another Hoof, 22, that is also a hit, dealing 12 points of damage. Kyra is now bloodied, and then it's going to go for one final hoof attack. That is a 16, which, due to Kyra being flanked, is also a hit. So it deals damage. 16 points of bludgeoning damage. Kyra Cloudveil is now mortal.
Oh,
The captain of the
shit.
guard is now mortal.
That's not.
Thicket,
that's not
you're
good.
up.
Okay. All right. I'm going to start with a act together,
Mhm.
where Thicket is going to cast Boost Eidolon
Mhm.
on Cranberry. And then Cranberry is going to take his action to move.
Okay.
Stride of... What is that? That's... Oh, wait, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Stride once for 25 feet.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to, for my second action, stride again over here.
Mhm. You are
And
now
then for my final
flanking.
action, I'm gonna punch the baby in its stupid. I'm going to push in its soft spot. Is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Oh,
You
no.
attempt to have Cranberry push in the
Fair.
baby's soft spot.
Yes,
Go ahead and
that's
roll
exactly what I do.
a hit with the primary or secondary attack.
Primary,
Okay.
and that's a 21 to hit.
21, that does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is 8 points bludgeoning, 1 point fire.
All right, so 9 points of damage total. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Oh wait. Actually, I don't know if Boost Eidolon automatically applied.
It might not have, because yeah, it did not automatically apply.
Okay. So that's
Because
an
he does
additional
not
2
currently
points of
have the
bludgeoning.
effect on him. So now he does. So 2 additional
we
points
go.
of bludgeoning. Okay. The Hermanthony, I believe, would now be considered bloodied.
Lovely.
All right, that is the end of your turn. That brings us to one of the other Hermanthonies. This one is going to go for the guard squadron. With a hoof. That is a natural 1. Crit fumble. Unarmed. You're fatigued. So that Hermanthony is now fatigued. Yeah, meaning that it has a -1 penalty to AC and saving throws. It is then going to go for another hoof. That is a 26, so that one will indeed hit. It's going to damage. 15 points of damage. A few of the guards have been taken out at this point, so the guard squadron has gotten smaller. And the Hermanthony is then going to take its final action to go for Kyra. That is a 15 to hit, which does not hit. Kyra just barely manages to dodge out of the way. That brings us to Bastion.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Concordant Choir 2 action.
Okay.
It's gonna give me.
So what does that do?
That's gonna do 2d4 sonic damage to all creatures in a 10-foot burst with a basic fortitude save.
Okay, so just the Hermanthony. And it needs to make a fortitude save there. Let me make sure I've got the correct sheet open. Okay. That is an 8.
Well, I think that would be a critical failure.
Is it more than 10 under?
The DC is 19.
So the answer is yes. So it takes double damage.
What excellent news. Let's
And-
find out how much damage that is.
Yeah.
That is 14 points of sonic damage.
14 points of sonic damage. All right. This Hermanthony is now bloodied.
Wonderful. And with my one remaining action, I want to try and chop it across the waist with my sword.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
It's an 18.
18 does just barely hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
and that is 10 points of damage.
10 points of slashing damage. All right. This Hermanthony is now mortal. That is the end of your turn. That brings us to the top of round 3, where we have a Hermanthony continuing to attack the City Guard squadron there. It is going to go for Hoof. That is a 14, which is a miss. It's going to go for Hoof. That is an 18, which is also a miss, I believe. Yes, that does not affect their... That does not affect their AC. It affects their damage output. Alright, it is going to go for one more Hoof. That is a 21, which does hit. So it is going to deal damage. It is going to deal 14 points of damage to the guards there, who are then knocked down another size. There's only a few guards left, and they're looking kind of desperate now. All right, that brings us to Morgrim.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna take a 2-action elemental blast at this dude
Okay.
next to me. It's gonna be melee. Oh, and that's horrible.
Oh no.
12. It's 12.
A 12 unfortunately does not hit.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna use my last action to wait, hold on, I cannot read these freaking letters tonight. Or numbers.
It's difficult with all of the lights.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Okay, and then she's gonna start making her way towards
Okay.
Kyra.
You start making your way towards Kyra. The Hermanthony is no longer off guard. That brings us now to the guard squadron there, which is going to go for its attacks. It is going to do a lower halberds. So the Hermanthony is then going to have to make a saving throw, which it gets a natural 1 on. All right, so takes a hefty chunk of damage there. That is going to be 18 points of piercing damage. That Hermanthony is now bloodied, and that is the end of the guard's turn. That brings us to the Hermanthony next to Cranberry, which is going to take its entire turn to... Let me just make sure that I can measure this out. Oh, okay, I guess I'm doing it. Going to trample through Cranberry, trample through Wyatt, and then trample through Bastion. So I need reflex saves from all 3.
Natural fucking 20.
Natural
Nice.
17.
Okay. So, we've got 2 successes and a failure. Failure from Bastion, successes from the other 2. So the 2 of you will take half damage. Here's my brain. All right, so we'll start with Cranberry. Cranberry is going to take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. Wyatt, you also take 6. Bastion, you take 12.
Ooh. Ow.
All right. And that is the
You're
end of that
big on your
Hermanthony's
stamina.
turn.
And that comes out of stamina first, right?
Stamina first, yes. That is the end of that Hermanthony's turn, bringing us to yet another Hermanthony, which is going to start moving, allowing Kyra to get an attack of opportunity on it. That is a 20, so that is a hit. Kyra's going to deal some damage to it there. Not a whole lot, but not a little, not a terrible amount. Hermanthony is going to continue its move. It is then going to go for hoof attacks against the guard squadron. 17 does not hit. And 22 does just barely hit, so it'll deal damage. 12 points of damage. There's barely any guards standing here, and the ones that are left are like staggering around. They've taken so many hits. That brings us now to the Hermanthony, the mortal Hermanthony next to Bastion, which is going to unleash a frightful babble. So I need ye old will save from Wyatt, Cranberry, and Morgrim.
Oh, he hold will save.
Wyatt, Cranberry. Okay.
Sebastian is immune currently.
Yes. Natural one.
Oof.
13.
13, 12,
15.
15. Massive oofs to all. Those are thankfully all just regular failures. So, Frightened 2, Cranberry goes up to Frightened 2, and Wyatt becomes Frightened 2.
Well, thank God we're just
Alright.
regular failures.
And
Oh.
it is then going to make a hoof attack against Bastion. That is a 15 to hit Bastion.
That does not hit Bastion.
All right, it is then going to start limping away with its -5 foot penalty to speed. All right, and that is the end of its turn. That brings us now to one of the Hermanthonies currently flanking Kyra, which is also mortal currently. It is going to go for the hoof. That is a 26 to hit Kyra, which is a critical hit. So it will deal critical damage. 22 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, she's dead.
Now, I will note, the guards here are actually... I should say they're unconscious, not dead. They just automatically become dead. But they're currently dying.
Yeah.
More than actually dead.
Oh, fun!
And the Hermanthony is then going to sort of babble something at the other ones, which seem to nod in understanding as the extremely injured and mortal Hermanthony begins to run off with its remaining 2 actions bringing it up and away as if it's trying to leave. Wyatt, you're up.
Oh shit. Okay. I don't. Okay, so that one's making a run for it. This one seems like it's making a run for it. Oh god.
And the one next to Bastion is currently bloodied, by the way.
Bloody.
I don't remember if I
Yeah.
mentioned that before, but it's bloody.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Bastion can take care of it. I'm just so worried because Bastion's technically mortal right now. And if she can't... Okay. Bastion, you got this?
What the hell do you mean, do I got this?
I imagine, you turn around as this thing's like trampling. Okay. Yeah, she's got this. She's fine. That's not true.
I like how you ask for my words and then ignore them.
Yeah. I'll take one stride action for 25 feet. And I'm going to hit. Ooh. I can do a soothe. You know what? I will give no, but then it's no, I feel so weird doing this. Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm blanking. Because Bastion's immune to mental effects, right? Or at least the babbling, the only mental effects are in play right now. So, right?
It is
because you crit
the
succeeded.
babbling is a fear effect, and
Fear
mental
effect. So
effect
it's
is
not a
result,
mental
yes.
effect. Oh,
Well, it is a mental effect. Fear
Right,
traits,
okay.
fear effects are always mental and emotion as well,
Okay.
and it's also auditory.
Auditory, got it. In that case, I'll just try and get that Hermanthi down a bit more, and I'm gonna cast Divine Lance on it.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
It's not great. Fucking hell, 11.
11 does not hit, unfortunately.
There
You have
is
one
my
action
turn.
remaining.
Oh,
what did you
that's
do
two
with
actions. I strode.
Oh, I
25
didn't see you
feet
do a
towards
stride,
Morgrim.
okay.
Yeah, sorry, but I strode towards Morgrim,
all good.
just to get. Or I strode towards the guards so I could get some of them up, and then
No.
two action spell, and that's my turn.
Okay, that brings us to one of the Hermanthines next to Kyra, and you watch as it opens its gummy maw and slams its face down, and you can hear it trying to crunch through her armor.
Does it have teeth?
No. Not as far as you can tell. It is gumming. Its gums are trying to get through the armor, which makes you question its jaw strength. Okay.
This is one of those moments I wish we had cameras. Because I feel like my facial expression should be immortalized.
It gets a critical hit. So Kyra's dying value increases by 2.
And we don't know what that dying value is, so...
Well, she just got downed last... Oh, wait, she was downed by a critical effect. So, actually, yeah, that does seemingly kill her as with a sickening squelch, the Hermanthony tosses her heart in the air, which then slurps down the throat.
Well, that
Yeah.
just got worse.
Yeah,
And
got
that
really
appears to rejuvenate it somewhat.
Oh god.
Oh,
Oh no.
Of course it does.
So...
why wouldn't it?
Why wouldn't it?
It is now back up to full health.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't
Yeah.
it be?
And Kyra is now actually dead. That is the end of that Hermanthony's turn. That brings us to Thicket.
Yay! Oh lord. Okay. Let's start with 2 action act together. As Thicket casts, I believe I should be in range. Yes, I am. I'm gonna cast Evolution Surge on Cranberry.
Okay. Lovely. What evolution option are you going with?
He gains a 20-foot status bonus to his speed.
Lovely. All right. You have 1 action, or was that an act together?
That was an act together. So
Yeah,
the
okay.
second part of that, I'm going to move right over here. Cranberry is going to take that move.
Mm-hmm.
And then final action. How's this Hermanthony looking?
This one is bloodied.
I'm debating if I should just attack it or if I should restrain it. But since it's bloodied, I'm going to say I should probably attack it. So I'm going to make a strike against it.
Okay, with primary or secondary?
Primary. And that's a 24.
24, that is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Just gonna make sure I move boost style on first. 8 bludgeoning, 1 fire.
8 bludgeoning, 1 fire. All right. That is that. I believe that is the end of your turn.
Yes, it is.
All right, that brings us now to the fatigued Hermanthony, who is going to move over to the guard squadron and is going to start going for attacks. Hoof 1 is a 27, so that does hit. 7 points of damage. There's like one guard left here at this point.
No.
Second hoof attack, 24 damage. All of the guards in the guard squadron have been knocked out.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So all of them are dying right now. That is the end of that Hermanthene's turn. That brings us now to Bastion. Parker?
Okay. I'm gonna use my first 2 actions to cast Divine Lance on the one right in front of me.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay, that's an 18.
18 does just barely hit.
Wonderful. Okay, that does 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And after, spearing it through the soul, I'm gonna try and, uppercut through the jaw with the fanged bastard sword.
Okay.
That is unfortunately a
A
16.
16 unfortunately does not hit. That also would have taken multiple attack penalty.
It did.
Oh,
I
it did?
rolled
Okay.
it with multiple
Okay,
attack
cool.
penalty.
You rolled well enough that I didn't think you rolled with multiple attack penalty. That's
Which,
shocking.
to be fair, is a fair thing given,
Your track
my
record.
luck.
Yeah.
But no.
All right, that brings us around to the top of round 4 with, I guess I actually probably, oh, no, never mind. All right, so, the Hermanthene, this Hermanthene, which is currently bloodied, is going to go for Devour Heart. That is, okay, just a regular old success. So their dying value increases by only 1. That is the end of that Hermanthene's turn. That brings us to Morgrim.
Okie dokie, this is so bad. I guess I'm going to use my weapon infusion and make my ranged weapon propulsive
Okay.
and try to get this guy
Okay.
for 2 actions.
Go for it.
22.
22 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
For 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Hey, it's something.
Not much, and then I'll use my last action to keep on running to all these poor people dying.
Okay. All right. That will bring us now to the City Guard Squadron, who needs to make their dying save.
Oh, no.
They fail their dying save. All right, that brings us to the Hermanthene, who is currently in between Bastion and Cranberry, and is currently mortal. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but it is currently mortal. It is going to go for a. It is going to go for a trample through Bastion and through Wyatt. And
Oh,
it's actually going to keep going.
We love a trample.
So I need Bastion and Wyatt to both make reflex saves, please.
That's a 19.
19.
that's 24.
24. Okay, both of those are successes.
Okay, we
So
take those.
You will take half damage. All right. That is going to be 8 points of bludgeoning damage to both of you.
8 points. Got it. Oh.
And that is the end of that Hermantheny's turn.
Ah.
That brings us
Oh.
to one of the other Hermantheny's next to the guard squadron. It is going to also go for a Devour Heart. And yeah, it starts ripping into these guards. Like it's just left, right. There were probably like 20 guards here, and it rips out a lot of hearts very quickly. Yeah. Yeah. Gets a bit of healing there. That is the end of its turn. That brings us now to the one that is seemingly running away up there. It is going to start running towards the guards. And it is going to end its turn right there. That brings us now to the other Hermanthony up here, who is going to run off the map and is no longer in play. That brings us now to Wyatt.
No, why has to go to me? Oh.
Because that is how turnover works.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. Why is all the stuff out of my range? Or I wish this was like D&D where Healing Word has like 60 feet or whatever, but
I mean,
I want my 60-foot heal.
I'm sure there's a feat for it.
Is there a feat for it?
I don't know, probably, but also it's significantly more powerful than Healing Word. So.
Yeah, literally. Fuck. All right, where do I walk? I'm gonna walk. Oh gosh, that one south of Morgrim's Bloodied, right?
Mortal.
Okay. This I can't reach those guys in time. I'll have to take an L on this, and I'm gonna run 25 feet as close as I can just to try and get closer. And because that's a direct threat, because that's a direct threat, and it's gonna be really, really bad. I'm just gonna cast. I gotta hit that thing with a Divine Lance, just try and get it out of play
Go ahead,
before
roll
it
the
attacks Morgrim. Fucking hero point that shit. I'm
Ooh.
fucking hero pointing that shit.
Good choice.
15.
15 unfortunately does not hit.
What? I don't fucking care anymore. Yeah, okay.
All right. That brings us now to one of the other Hermanthonies. This one is going to start coming at Wyatt. Just a regular stride. I'm going to follow that with a hoof. That is a 26 against Wyatt.
Ow, I saw that. Yeah, and I believe... No, it's not a crit, thank God.
Okay. So regular old damage there. 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right, 16. Let me... 12 to me. Direct HP. 12. I am mortal.
And it is then going to do a frightful battle. So I need will saves from Morgrim and Wyatt, please.
26.
26, okay.
I'm trying my character. She is lagging really badly.
That's okay.
$25.
25. Both of those are successes, so frightened one only. That is the end of that Hermanthony's turn. That brings us to Thicket.
Okay. I'm gonna start with a one action act together.
Okay.
Where I'm going to have Thicket move. It's 25, yes. Right. I have Thicket move right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cranberry is going to move all the way over there.
Is that a one action or two action act together?
That was one action.
One action?
Yes.
Cranberry just moved 40 feet. Oh, right, he's got the
Evolution.
boost. Right, forgot about the evolution. Yep, that would do it.
And then, do hero cards take an action? Or are they free actions?
Depends on what the card says. So I'm looking at your card that specifically says to play at the end of your turn.
So that's not an action.
It is not an action, correct.
Wonderful. Okay. In that case, my second action is going to be moving Cranberry over to. I can't flank it. Okay. I'm gonna move up there. And then,
Alright.
how is this thing looking? Is it bloodied?
It is almost fully healed because it ate a heart.
I see. Okay. Then I'm gonna try something I don't normally do for my last action.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to try to grapple it.
Okay. So go ahead and have Cranberry make an athletics check.
Ooh.
That would just be a strength check, right? For Cranberry? Does it have
Since
skills?
he does not have skills, that would be just a strength check, yes.
Well, that's a full 6.
6. Okay. That is against its reflex DC. So that is a critical failure,
Yep.
meaning that Turkin can either grab you, or if it succeeded, as if it succeeded using grapple action. Okay. So it is going to force Cranberry to fall prone.
That's fine. And then as I end my turn, because I'm out of actions, I'm going to use my hero card
Hmm.
to not restore health, but give Bastion Parker a number of temporary hit points equal to twice my level, which lasts until the end of combat.
So 6.
6.
Bastion gets 6 temp HP as she's somewhat invigorated, I guess, by Thicket trying so hard. Is there a limit to how far Cranberry can get from you?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Wait, actually,
sure?
there might be.
I feel like there is.
Let me check.
So I get how many temp HP?
6.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Oh shoot, within 100 feet.
He's within 80 currently,
Okay.
so you're good. All right, that is the end of Thicket's turn. That brings us to one of the Hermanthines, which is going to devour heart on one of the guards. Okay, that would be a... Okay, so that guard is now up to dying 3 there, and that is the end of the Hermanthine's turn. That brings us to Bastion.
Okay. Where... Okay, the Hermanthines are quite a distance,
Mhm.
and I'm quite mortal, so I'm gonna go ahead and do myself a favor and use my Font of Heal to 2-action heal myself.
Okay.
Just so you know, I don't die and become a massive inconvenience to myself and others. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm back and good. I'm hopping.
Mhm.
Alright, and then I can go 25 feet, so I'll just kind of meander roughly 25 feet in the direction of the horrors.
Lovely. We love meandering towards the horrors. That brings us to the top of round 5 with a Hermanthine who is currently pretty bloodied. It is then going to go around, and it is going to just start sort of hoofing at the unconscious guard. Yeah. Okay. That is the end of its turn. That brings us to Morgrim.
Okay, so there's still some guards alive, right? They're just unconscious?
It looks like there are currently 3 that you believe might be alive.
Okay.
Not for long, however. As there are currently Hermathines trying to eat all of their hearts.
I hate that that's an action for them.
Move up here. And it doesn't say my hero point card is a action, so I can just use it, yes? It says I just have to play during my turn?
Yeah, you can just do that.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna heal this one dude and tell him to run.
So 1d8 plus 8?
Yeah. Okay, 12.
12 hit points. All right. The guard's eyes flick open. Ha! 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 Thank you!
Run!
All right. Was that all of your actions?
Yeah, I had to use all my actions to get there.
Okay. That brings us now to the mortal Hermanthony over here, who is going to keep on running. It's full movement. All the way over there. That brings us now to the Hermanthony that just gorged itself on all those guards, which is going to...
Wait, the guard that I healed should have gone before that.
Oh, yes, you are correct. Good catch. No, I want to mark not defeated. There we go. Better. So, good catch. The guard is going to take an action to stand. Going to take an action to strike with his halberd at the Hermanthony that was just trying to kill him. That is actually going to hit. So, it's going to deal not much damage, 5 points of damage, but it's something. The guard is going to look at you and say, this is my job. If I go down fighting.
She gives me a nod. She's okay with that.
And then the guard is going to go for another halberd strike. That one's a natural 1. So
He seems very brave, but not too bright or skilled.
Melee. This sword is heavy. You are fatigued.
Yeah, he did just almost die.
Yeah. All right. That brings us to. Now this brings us to the Hermanthony, who's going to move up. The guard gets an attack of opportunity. That is going to be a miss, unfortunately. The Hermanthony is then going to attempt to bite at Morgrim. That is a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Okay. Morgrim, you feel its horrible, wet, squishy gums clamp around your shoulder. And at first you're like, what the fuck? That's not doing it. Ah! As you just, like... It is bite strength unlike anything you've ever imagined. You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage. As, like, you can feel your shoulder starting to, like, crack under the stress.
Coo.
It's then
not good.
going to go ahead and Frightful Babble. So I need will save from Morgrim and from the guard, and I don't think anyone else.
Fail.
Yeah, just Morgrim and the guard. What did you get?
15. Right. 2.
15. Oof.
Man, so rough.
And the guard, however, is going to get a success. So the guard is only frightened 1, and Morgrim is frightened 2. All right, that is the end of that Hermanthony's turn. That brings us now to the injured one over here, who is going to do a Devour Heart, which is going to kill that guard and restore some hit points to that Hermanthony, which also will get rid of the clumsy and movement penalty. So it is going to restore some hit points there. It's still bloodied, but it's looking significantly better. That brings us now to Wyatt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit's going south, man.
Yeah.
Shit's
it
going
is.
south. Well, as I'm the only person who is severely wounded at this current moment, I'm gonna cast Soothe on myself
Okay.
because I need my hit points back,
Okay.
and it's heightened too, so I'll cast it heightened.
Mm.
Jeez.
So 2d10 plus 8.
Yep. 22. And I apply healing to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly,
And
it does
you've
not.
got
Yeah.
The plus 2 to saves against mental effects.
Exactly. And I have 1 action left.
Yes.
You don't share. Oh, you know what? I'll cast guidance on Ficket.
I'm shocked.
Not Ficket, but
Cranberry.
Cranberry, because you can't share status effect.
There you go.
So yes,
Okay, that
he
is the end of
is
Wyatt's
guided.
turn. That
Correct.
brings us now to the Hermanthony directly in front of you, as Wyatt is no longer frightened. And this
Yay.
Hermanthony is going to go for a bite at Wyatt. It's going to try to bite your head, actually.
Oh, okay.
That is a 13
Oh.
hit.
13 does not hit.
Okay. So in that case, it is going to attempt to shove you by kicking you with one of its hooves.
Oh, okay.
That is a natural 1.
Natural 1 is a critical failure, I believe.
It is a critical failure. So it loses its balance and falls prone as it tries to kick you. It slips on the snow.
I'm just a little too short for it, you know?
It is then going to, as it falls to the ground, unleash a frightful babble.
Okay.
So that'll be will save from Wyatt, will save from Cranberry,
With a +2 for me,
with
right?
a +2 for you, and a will save from Morgrim, please.
21.
Okey-dokey.
21.
Oh god damn it.
20.
11.
11.
Oh.
And what did Morgrim get?
20.
20. Okay, so Morgrim, nothing changes. Wyatt, you become frightened 1.
Okay.
And Cranberry, nothing changes.
Lovely.
That is the end of that Hermanthony's turn. That brings us to Thicket.
Okay. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to act together.
Mhm.
1 action. Thicket is going to move 25 feet up there.
Mhm.
And then Cranberry is going to get up.
Good start.
Great start, I know. And then once I grapple something, am I able to attack them?
Yes.
Okay. But it would be under multiple attack penalty, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It is currently prone.
It is prone, isn't it?
Yes.
All right, I'm just gonna beat the shit out of it then.
Go for it.
Gonna start with a primary.
Okay.
That's a 13.
13 unfortunately does not hit.
And then I'm gonna go with a secondary. And that's a 16.
16 does just barely hit due to it being prone. So go ahead and roll damage.
That's 7 points of cold, 1 point of fire.
All right. 7 cold, 1 fire for a total of 8. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
I believe so. Yes, I had the act together and then 2 attacks.
Okay. That brings us now to the fatigued Hermanthania by Morgrim and the guard. It is going to go for a trample. Move through to the other side there. So I need Morgrim to make a reflex save, and the guard, of course.
I'm trampled. 11.
11. Okay. And the guard actually does get an attack of opportunity here. The guard does also fail his reflex save. The guard is going to go for that attack of opportunity, which is unfortunately not going to hit. Okay, so Morgrim and the guard are both going to take 6 points of piercing. Or not piercing. That's not the correct math. 10 points of bludgeoning, sorry.
Oh wow, that's a big difference.
So, sorry. So the guard is now unconscious again. Not dead, just unconscious. So, yeah. That is the end of that Hermanthony's turn. That brings us to Bastion.
Okay, I would like to cast Divine Lance on the one right here.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
That is 14.
14 unfortunately does not hit.
Shocked, truly shocked am I. And then I'm gonna spend my last action continuing to just mosey on towards danger.
Y'all are having a real stretch of worse luck than normal.
Yeah,
What?
it's not pretty.
What is this podcast called again?
I know, but like, considering what happened in the last Abomination Vault session
Yeah.
and now, and all right, top of round 6. Hermanthonies are going to start doing their things.
I believe it's the top of round 6, right?
That is what I just said. Yes.
I believe. Wait, let me read the. Never mind. Yeah, continue. Sorry.
What were you trying
Runic
to...
weapon has run out. Runic.
Oh,
weapon
that's
has
still
run
got
out.
5 rounds.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. This Hermanthony is just going to start running. And as it reaches the building here, it is going to take flight onto the top of the building and disappear into the darkness. It
I
is
forgot
no
they
longer in play.
fly.
Of course.
They fly now? They fly now! So that brings us to Morgrim.
Okay, I'm going to flying flame the 2 beside me.
Okay.
So that's a DC 15 basic reflex.
DC 15 basic reflex.
Not super high.
That's
at the
a
moment.
natural 20 from the first one for a total of 32. And the other one gets a 19.
Okay, one's just a success. So one takes 4,
Okay.
the other takes nothing.
Okay.
Which one looks worse?
Currently the one that is fatigued.
The bottom
So the
one? Okay.
that's, yeah, the bottom
I
one.
will do just a 1 action elemental melee attack against him.
Okay. Go for it.
A critical hit.
Critical hit, hell yes. Critical hit deck. All right. And that was what kind of damage?
Fire.
Fire. Okay, so that would be I would say this bomber spell. So power surge, triple damage.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And just roll normal damage and then
Yeah, roll normal damage and we'll triple that.
8.
So 8 times 3. Is that
24?
24?
I think so.
24. All right. Whoosh! That Hermanthony is now mortal. All right. That is the end of your turn. That brings us now to the Hermanthony all the way over here, who's going to exit the arena.
Of course,
He
he
is
does.
no longer in play. That brings us now to the guard, who's going to get a death roll. He's going to fail his death roll, so he
No!
is now actually dead.
Wait. No! He died that
Morgan
fast?
tried so
He
hard.
just bled out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He just went to dying 4. I'm
Oh my
sorry.
gosh.
This is the real world, pal. Sorry.
That brings us now to the Hermanthony next to you, who's, funny enough, not going to go for his heart. And you are being flanked. That is another notable thing.
Yes.
So it is going to go for a bite on you.
Mhm.
That is a 12 to hit.
That will still miss at the moment.
Okay. It is then going to, in that case, look around at the other Hermanthonies, and then it doesn't babble like you expect it to as it opens its mouth. Instead, you hear a coherent word sentence. You're not sure.
I'm sorry, they have a language?
But whatever it was not the usual babbling. The Hermanthony then turns and begins to run off.
Why do they move so fast?
They move scary fast.
They do move
40-foot
fast.
movement speed.
Good lord.
For their running.
'Cause they are
Their
horses.
flying is much slower. But
I know.
We'll take solace in that, I guess.
this Hermanthony is then going to go for a Heart Devour, which is going to... okay. That is that. That is the end of its turn. That brings us now to Wyatt.
Okay. Oh, I'm just seeing Morgrib just absolutely get struggled with this. I will take I'll take a stride action just to get a little closer. So 25 feet. I believe that puts me out of fucking range. Heal. Shit.
I'm fine, everybody's running away.
Alright. Don't measure that, please.
30 feet.
30 feet. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot
to the creature.
by the way, I forgot to cast Soup, so I'm gonna really quickly cast it real quick, so it's not something I can cast anymore.
Yeah.
Whoops. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna help out a bit, and I'm just gonna cast a spiritual weapon right here
Okay.
next to, actually right here. I'm on the flank with spiritual weapon.
No.
Am I? Yeah,
No.
no, that's what I thought. So I'm gonna cast it like right up here, right next
Okay.
to the Morgrim.
The position does not matter.
Does that matter?
But,
It's just
yeah.
next to the
It's not like
creature.
it's not like 5e where it has its own token. It's just a thing that
It's a
exists.
thing. Yeah, a thing
Um,
that exists. All right.
All right. So go ahead and roll to hit with that.
all right. Roll to attack. 23.
23. That is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. That is going to be 2d8 force damage.
2d8 force damage.
13 points of
Ooh.
damage.
13 points of damage. And what is Sersheen's favorite weapon again?
I don't-
It is
Forgot. I'm sorry.
staff.
Cam.
So your
A staff. It's
your
a
spiritual weapon
whipping
is a
stick.
staff.
Yeah.
As it just appears, bonk, bonks it right in the soft spot, and it just falls to the ground dead.
God.
And so that is the first one that
God.
you managed to kill.
God damn it.
And
Sorry,
that spiritual weapon is still active as a sustainable.
Yep.
All right. That is the end of your turn. That brings us now to the Hermanthony over here, which is going to trample through Wyatt.
Oh, it's gonna hurt.
So go ahead and make a reflex save.
Reflex. 10.
10. That is unfortunately a failure. So you are going to take from that 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, 14, you just say?
Yes.
I am mortal.
Okay.
Yep, I am mortal.
And that is the end of its turn, as it also appears to be... Oh, sorry. Scratch that. It had to get up. So it was not able to trample. So go ahead and give yourself your health back. In that case, it is instead going to go for a hoof on Cranberry. I keep missing things. So that is going to be a 22 against Cranberry then.
Oh god, I don't know if that hits. Oh yeah, that hits.
Yeah. All right. That is going to be 15 points of bludgeoning.
Ooh. Okie doke.
It is then going to use its final action to start fleeing. It is going around Wyatt, though, not trampling over him.
Oh, yeah.
That brings us now to Thicket.
Okay. Gonna start with an act together, as usual. I will... Would this be flanking? This fella right here?
What? He's dead.
That's a dead one. And also the guy that you were trying to flank with is dead.
Oh, wow. Somehow I didn't see the white skull.
He's a little bit of on the expired
alive.
side.
I see. Oh, shit.
You and the corpses are gonna take on the world.
I could still get here from where I was.
I think you were like right there. So that would be 45, so you could get to there.
Beautiful. And then I'm going to have Thicket also move.
Okay.
However far he can move. Okay.
All right. Is that everything, or do you have an action left?
I have 2 actions left, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, my spells are kind of down in the water. Just gonna keep on punching. Oh, wait.
Okay.
Hang on, wait. That's 60 feet. Okay, yeah, my actions are kind of dead. My spells are kind of dead in the water here. I'm gonna punch it in its stupid face. Actually, no. No. I'm grappling this goddamn stupid baby.
You're okay. Make an athletics check.
This is not getting away. 23.
23? You know, something kind of crazy about that. That just barely succeeds.
Just barely?
Just barely
Oh
succeeds.
my god. Okay.
So it is now grabbed until the end of your next turn unless you move or your opponent escapes. So let me find the grabbed condition, wherever that may be. There it is. All right, so that means it cannot move, and it is currently off guard.
All right. And then I'm going to attack it with my secondary.
Okay.
So I've got one set of arms holding it. The other set of arms is just beating into it.
Wailing on it. All right.
So that's a 19.
A 19 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's 5 frost, 1 fire.
All right, 6 total points of damage. Lovely, lovely. It is not pleased currently.
I would imagine.
All right, I believe that is the end of your turn.
Yes.
All right, that brings us to Bastion.
Okay, let's see. How far away am I? Oh, I'm 50 feet. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast Divine Lance on the one that Cranberry has got in his clutches.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that goes. Okay, that's a 21.
21, that does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Alright, he takes 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. All right. He's currently bloodied.
I'm gonna try and move again, because I just keep tiptoeing towards the danger, and then it moves!
All right, that is the end of your turn. That brings us around to the top of round 7 with Morgrim.
Okay, I'm going to move in this direction, and I gotta zoom in again so I can see. Okay, I'm doing a 2-action move. Oh
Okay.
no, wrong button. Would help if I had the little selector. And then weapon infusion for repulsive.
Okay.
And then 1 action against the... Did it come pop up? Yeah. And then a 1 action repulsive blast.
Okay.
I'm not off guard anymore, correct?
Correct.
$23.
23, that does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. It's not much, but it's something. All right. That is the end of your turn. That brings us now to that Hermanthony that you just attacked, which is going to take flight. And it is going to fly over the building using all 3 of its actions and disappears into the dark. That brings us now to the other Hermanthony, which is going to get a natural 1 on its Devour Heart, which, due to the way Devour Heart works, makes it just a regular failure. So it just isn't able to get through the armor, and that is the end of its turn. That brings us to Wyatt.
All right. Since it's still alive, somehow, I still have spiritual weapon up, so I need to sustain it, right?
Yes. Well, you don't.
Oh.
I don't think you need to, but you can, and sustaining it allows you to move it and attack with it again.
Yeah, so I'll spend 1 of my actions to sustain it and attack that thing.
Go ahead and roll a hit.
All right. 25 to hit.
25 does very definitely hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
5 points of damage.
5 points of damage.
4 to 1.
Okay. It's not much,
Alright.
but it's doing something.
Ain't much, but it's honest damage.
You have 2 actions remaining.
You can't sustain multiple times. That's
Correct. You can only sustain once.
I am going to attempt to. So many fucking dead right now. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna stride 25. Wait, no. I'm gonna cast bless. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Yep. So 15-foot emanation in my space.
You
And I'm
now
gonna
have bless up.
Yep. And I'm gonna see if they could play any fun things. Next.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
That is indeed your turn. That brings us to the Hermanthony here, who is going to, first and foremost, attempt to escape. That is against Cranberry's athletics DC. That is a 13. So Cranberry's athletics DC would just be 10 plus strength.
Okay, so that fails.
Okay, it fails to escape, so it is instead going to attempt to gum Cranberry. That is a 9 to hit.
fails.
Okay. It is going to, in that case, unleash a frightful babble. So that means that I need a will save from Cranberry and from Wyatt. And that is all.
21 from Cranberry.
21 from Cranberry.
17 from Wyatt.
17 from Wyatt. Wyatt unfortunately fails and becomes frightened 2. Cranberry just remains at frightened 2. Cranberry's been frightened 2 for a very long time. That doesn't seem right. So
the massive fire elemental is just a little bit freaked out about this whole thing, you know.
That is the end of the Hermanthony's turn. That brings us to Thicket now.
Okay. That's going to be an act together. One action. Do I have to sustain my grab, so to speak? Or does it just stay like that?
So grapple will end at the end of this turn unless you grapple again.
And would I have to make another check for that?
Yes.
Okay. And then how's this thing looking on?
It is bloodied.
Okay. I'm gonna beat the shit out of it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start with a regular act together.
Act together.
Where I'm trying to think of the order of operations here. Actually, I'm not gonna start with my act together.
Mm-hmm.
First.
What are you trying to figure the range out on?
Oh, it doesn't have a range. I forgot. Boost Eidolon. Okay. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna act together. Boost Eidolon.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna punch it.
All right. Go ahead.
Using my primary. That's a 12.
A 12 unfortunately will not hit.
Alright, using my secondary. It's 22.
22 does in fact hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is 5 cold, 1 fire.
All right, 6 total points of damage. That makes this a mortal Hermanthony.
Right, and then I have 1 action remaining.
Yes.
So I believe I will attack it one more time.
Okay.
Because grapple has multiple attack penalty, correct?
Yes, it
I already
does.
asked you that. It's late. Okay. 19.
19 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
8 cold, 1 fire.
9 points of damage. That is enough to kill that Hermanthony.
Hell yeah.
You've now managed to
Excellent
kill 2
news.
of 7. And there is 1 remaining that you're currently aware of.
I thought we killed 3. No?
Nope. You've killed
That's
2.
so sad.
The rest of them have all escaped. With
Okay,
bellies
so
full
this-
of hearts. That is the end of
That's
Thicket's turn and the
horrible.
beginning of Bastion's.
So this chap over here is still fleeing?
What chap over there?
Is this a...
There's no one over there. That one's gone.
Okay,
This
well,
is the only
apparently
one
my
remaining.
screen... My
Wait,
screen
I
is
don't see
loading
that
low.
one. Yeah,
Slow.
that one
Let me
doesn't show up on my screen.
refresh my screen.
Okay.
I might need to too, because I don't see that one at all.
Yeah, I was solidly operating under a premise that there was a Hermanthony where there was apparently nothing.
Yeah.
The frightful babbling is causing you to hallucinate.
It's
Hey,
just
I am
like
immune to the frightful babblings, sir.
Maybe in game.
Oh, Lord.
Oh god, the constant screaming of the horrors.
Only one horror. Horror singular at this point. But you
Okay.
can definitely hear more on the wind.
Okay, well, I'm 60 feet away from it, so we're gonna go ahead and just divine lance it.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
It's gonna flee into the night, and all hell will break loose. It'll be fun.
What'd you get?
Well, give me a moment. Alright, well, that was a 13,
13
so
unfortunately does not hit. You have one action
I'm
remaining.
shocked and appalled. Even though I know it's gonna flee, we're just gonna run, like, 25 feet that way.
Okay. Okay. That brings us around to the top of round 8 with Morgrim.
Okay, I'm going to use my weapon infusion to make my range 100 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 action blast.
Okay. Go for it.
I'm trying
This
to.
one is bloodied, by the way.
There's so many little things I have to click to make sure it goes right. 20.
20 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. All right.
And then I will do a single action for second attack, because I'll probably miss anyways. 18.
18 just barely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. All right. It is so very bloodied. That brings us now to that Hermanthony, which is going to... It needs to make a decision here. Okay.
A self-preservation instinct.
It decides to attempt to devour Heart again. Keeps trying to break through that armor.
Oh god.
It gets another natural 1, meaning that it fails its attack. It cannot gum through this guard's armor.
Good.
This Hermanthony is having a worse day than we are.
The guard,
which is saying
however,
something.
does need to make a dying save. Barely succeeds the dying save.
Thank you.
Huzzah!
Wyatt, you're up.
I am up. Okay. Barely made that dying save. And this Hermanthony's not bloodied, is it?
It is bloodied.
Oh, it's bloodied.
Very bloodied.
Oh my gosh. I will run my 25 feet. Wait, hold on. I'm measuring distance. I want to get within 30 feet of this thing. So
Okay.
hold your cursor here. Thank you. I'm just 5 feet away from this shit. Wait, why am I going all diagonals and right? All this stuff.
Because it's automatically trying to pathfind around Bastion.
Oh, okay.
And around other things.
So if I can't. Oh, I can't do that. No, I can't. No. If I had 5 extra feet of movement, I'm able to save this fucking guard. Wait, that's 30 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I can't. I fucking can't do it. Fucking hell. Yeah, I'm gonna stride. Oh, yeah, well, hold on. I'm gonna fucking do a double stride and hit
Double stride.
Yeah, double stride. Double stride. Okay, double stride 50 feet here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna sustain spiritual weapon and attack that.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
Spiritual weapon. 25 to hit.
25 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right, that's gonna be 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage.
Ooh.
How do you want to finish this thing off?
Just take the stick and just clobber it on its side so much so that it goes flying like 20 feet.
Okay, the stick, the
staff, I
just
guess, yeah.
flies over, just whacks right into its spine as it's trying to crack through the armor. And as it does, you see it start to move before you feel your flask gets a little bit warm. You look down, the weavestone is glowing as
What?
the Hermanthony begins to bubble on the surface of its skin, just and it explodes into a shower of viscera. There is
That
nothing
didn't
left.
happen with the other ones.
The essence stone on your flask goes quiet.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did we find out what my essence stone does?
I believe you did.
I thought we knew what your essence
you knew
stone
what the
did.
positive was.
What was the negative?
Whenever you kill a creature, its body violently bursts.
That's hilarious.
That's a negative? That's a negative?
That's a negative effect.
Bro, that's a
There is
perk in
nothing
Fallout.
left. There is nothing left. That is it. Initiative exited. You've managed to kill 3 Hermanthonies.
That wasn't so bad.
There's multiple dead.
You say as there are several dead, including the guard who is currently bleeding out. Let's see.
Could have been
Gets a
worse.
natural 20 on his dying save, so he's actually... he sort of wakes up.
Oh!
Just looks down at his very damaged armor. What the fuck happened?
I don't know who gave you that armor, but you owe them a lot.
Oh shit. I guess so. Bastion, you realize that this orc was one of the orcs that was one of the guards that was investigating Samuel's house when, they caught you in Samuel's house.
Oh shit.
Thanks.
Let's get you over to the hospital, man.
Yeah, I can. Oh, God. And with that, as you hear the Hermanthony cries fade into the distance and into the dark, that is where we're going to end tonight's session. So.
7, Cam?
Yes,
Motherfucking
really?
7.
Fuck.
In the ever-loving fuck.
Yeah. There's a lot more than one.
I know where you live.
So, Wyatt, how are you feeling?
He's gonna puke everywhere.
Fair. Morgrim, how are you feeling?
Not good. She knew the
Also fair.
Hermanthony was a problem, and they probably should have dealt with it earlier. And now there's lots of dead people. So she's not feeling great.
Very fair. And Bastion, how are you feeling?
It can never be fucking simple. It's never
That would
just
be
like,
too
oh,
easy.
there's like one problem, we can fix the problem. No, there's like, just gotta be like a sea of problems, and they all just erupt all at once.
And Thicket, how are you feeling?
As terrifying and horrific as that battle was with all the deaths, I'm very happy that I got to pull off that grappling move. That was pretty sick.
It was pretty sick. Was pretty sick, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. And I feel like y'all are gonna feel a little bit better when I tell you this. Y'all level up.
We
Thank
did
God.
it! Oh, wait, we're level 4 now.
You
Oh,
are level
shit.
4 now. You are indeed level 4 now.
Oh my
Look
god.
at us go.
You have just survived the attack of the Heart Eaters.
What do we win?
Okay, well that sounds
You win
a
a
lot
level up.
fancier than the baby faces.
Thus ends Chapter 2 of Soul of Frost.
Ah.
How are we all feeling as players? Be honest.
Even
I knew you were gonna do some fuckery with more than one Hermanthony. Like, I was relatively sure that it was never gonna be just like, oh yeah, there's a Hermanthony and it's not connected to anything horrible.
Yeah.
But I really didn't think you'd be like, in the middle of the town square at night, it giggles, and then there are 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thought you might ease us in with like 2.
Well,
3
see,
if you were feeling adventurous.
here's the thing. Y'all rolled like shit.
We did. We had
Yes.
some pretty awful
Yeah.
rolls.
So
Like,
I think
worse
we should-
than normal.
I always roll poorly. It sucks.
Yeah, this is live from Dice Jail.
We
We
were
know
also
it's
down a party member.
You
Yeah.
were,
We're
however...
almost always down at least one party member.
However, I gave you extra guards.
Which worked, obviously.
Yeah, the guards absorbed most of the damage.
And then
Oh,
we let them die.
I tried, man. I tried.
You really did
You
try.
really
It
did.
did not
Yeah.
fucking work for you, man.
oh,
You managed to save one of them.
yeah. Primary witness. Yay.
But
we have one person who can say we're not crazy for the giant baby flesh creature.
well, judging by the sounds, you get the feeling that nobody's gonna disbelieve the existence of these creatures anymore.
Nope.
I love being proven right
In the worst ways possible.
Oh, yeah.
constantly.
Yeah. We want to give a special shout out to our first member on Buy Me a Coffee, Jane Meyer. Thank you so much for your support, Jane. It really means the world.